Welcome on in, everybody. I, of course, am Dr. Delay, bringing you some Monday Night Baseball. In a few more weeks, it'll be Monday Night Football. We got some Monday Night Baseball for you as the Detroit Tigers take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Tigers 60-64, just a game back of the wild card. Just crazy how weak the AL is. The Pirates 61-65. They are not as lucky. They are 6.5 back of the wild card, despite having the same or similar record. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully everything is going all right in your neck of the woods. Of course, we'll just take a brief look at the stats. As you can see, 61-65 for the Pirates. The Tigers 60-64. One thing that kind of stands out to you, the Tigers really unlucky. Look at the run differential. They've scored 565 runs, only have allowed 482. I mean, this is a team that is just legit. They have just been as unlucky as anyone. You thought the Pirates were unlucky. The Tigers, the other team that is unlucky, though, of course, more so there. Their actual expected win-loss is 72-52. Whereas the Pirates is 66-60. So, again, just crazy, the unluckiness of the Tigers. But we'll see, of course, how it goes tonight, as here is your starting pitching matchup for each team. Framber Valdez on the mound for the Tigers. He's a lefty. So, again, the Pirates will have to really lock in here as, 4.26 ERA, whip of a 1.39. He'll face Carmen Mlodzinski, who's on the mound for the Pirates. 3.79 ERA, whip of a 1.40. Again, not a good whip. Much better out of the pen. But, yeah, what can you do? He's going to be your starting pitcher for the Pirates. Some more stats, because I had some more time today, despite being not prepared. The Tigers, with the way things stand in the American League, 60-64, they have an 18% chance to make the playoffs. As you can see, again, there's only 5 teams in the American League with a winning record. I mean, it's just flat out a horrible year for the American League. But despite that, the Tigers with the chance to make the playoffs, and I kind of want to see a losing team go to the playoffs myself, just because you'll never see it again in baseball over 162 games. That's pretty wild. I think the Tigers have a good chance to do it with that run differential. You think that the law of averages would kind of help out the Tigers there, but we'll see, of course, as they did elect to sell. But again, still a shot to make the playoffs. The Tigers 16-17 versus the National League, 44-41 against right-handed pitching, which of course the Pirates have on tonight. And during the night games, they are 36-41. Of course, I'm bringing up the night statistic because the Pirates, the Pirates are the worst team playing at night. They're afraid of the dark, folks. They are the best team during the day. That is true. They have the best record if you play during the day, but they are actually the worst team when they play at night. 29-44 under the lights, so just not good for the Pirates. But yeah, 12-26 versus left-handed pitching. They are 21-12 versus the American League. Again, I do believe if they were in the American League, they would have a lot of success, but they're not. They're in the National League, and of course, the one year that they decide to be all right, the rest of the National League decides to be really, really good. And a look at the wild card standings as they stand. The Reds did lose earlier, though they do have a game as well tonight. We're kind of pulling for the Reds if you are a Pirates fan, because the Cardinals, of course, they're only 3 back, and they're starting to heat up. And the Pirates do take on the Cardinals, I believe, next weekend. So, yeah, you want the the Cardinals to kind of cool down if you are a Pirates fan. As you can see, again, the Phillies and the Padres tied for that last spot in the wild card. The Diamondbacks just a game back. So, very much a tight race there. Again, looks like some of the teams have kind of split off from the Pirates, Nationals, and Reds. We'll see if they can come back. Again, that's a whole week of baseball that you got to make up. So we'll see if the Pirates have it. And Pirates, if you want to have a chance, you got to take at least 2. If you take just 1, you got to stick a fork in them. That it's over. But 2, you still have a chance. But we'll see. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're still waiting for some coverage here. This is on ESPN. Those of you wondering where it's at, not on your local sports net I don't know what the Tigers have. I don't know if they have Sportsnet or is it just the MLB TV type of thing, where it's the MLB conducting the broadcast and all that. But yeah, so apparently it's the first Monday night, or pardon me, ESPN game for the Pirates at PNC in 7 years. So that's kind of cool. But the Pirates don't tend to do well on a nationally broadcast game. So there's that. But again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Mr. Burns, good to see you. Let's go, Bucks. How's it going, Anthony? Russell as well. Russell will be at the game in Bush. I would expect it. Appreciate you, Russell. Dave, how's it going? Yeah, I know. 3 weeks ago, the Pirates were in that wild card spot. That was nice when it lasted. Appreciate you, Ricky. Scott, good to see you. Theo as well. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, O'Neal Cruz is on the roster tonight. He is not starting. We'll see if they might work him in slowly, or maybe he gets the start tomorrow against a righty. I imagine that's what they want to go. I know he has had success against lefties, but apparently he's had a really poor rehab stint down in the minor leagues. Appreciate you, Brian, for hanging out. Lot as well. Thank you for checking in. Redeemed, good to see you. Christopher as well. Cody, good to see you as well. Let's see who else. Tech, appreciate you. GG. Should be a good one. We'll see. Orville, appreciate you for hanging out. Let's see. We got Paul here. Appreciate you, Paul. So, again, we're just waiting on. I know the game was supposed to start at 7:05 Eastern, but yeah, that's not what is apparently going to happen. It's on ESPN. You know how they like to drag things out. But normally, yeah, if it's a Pirates home game during the week, at night it's usually 6:40 Eastern, 5:40 Central, which is the time tomorrow. So we'll be on about 25-30 minutes a little bit earlier than this one. But yeah, ESPN, of course, broadcasting. They control the times. The power of the networks. The power of the media. There you go. At least Ozuna's gone. Yeah, that's something. But the Pirates haven't really done much since he's left. But yeah, I hear you, though. Appreciate you, Mason, for hanging out. We're just kind of waiting. Again, as I mentioned, the Tigers, they're still very much in it, despite, of course, their record. As you can see, it's 60-64. So they can afford to drop a few more games than the Pirates. Like I said, the Pirates, if you want any chance to keep your hopes alive, you can't be losing any more series going forward. You just can't. And if you go on a road trip, you can't be losing those road trips. A minimum 500 at best. Of course, the Pirates, they're taking on the Dodgers and the Padres, and then at St. Louis. So a brutal 9-game stretch after this homestand against the Tigers. So again, as I mentioned, the Tigers, much better than their record indicates, as again, that run differential is really huge. I mean, again, their expected wins-loss at 72 and 52. So they would be one of the best teams if they just couldn't. If they could just hold a lead, or I don't know. I don't really know what the situation is with the Tigers. They're showing a ESPN game break. The Orioles leading 3-1. They're going for the sweep at Tampa Bay. That is pretty crazy. Again, that's any given day. As you can see, again, the Orioles leading 3-1 over the Rays. Marlins and Phillies 0-0. The Cardinals trailing the Reds 1-0. Again, you're pulling for the Reds. Yeah, it's what you need. You need to pull for the Reds, despite how the Pirates fans may feel about them. All right, we are almost ready for some baseball. Looks like Majinski is warming up on the mound, so we're about a minute away. That's always good. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Detroit Tigers. It'll be Gleyber Torres. He's DHing. He'll be followed by Kevin McGonigal. Dylan Dingler is catching. Colt Keith is at first. Zach McKinstry in right. Hao-Yu Lee at second. Brett Callahan in left. Max Clark is at center. And Javier Baez is in short. So there you go. That is the starting lineup for the Tigers. Of course, we'll have the Pirates lineup whenever they are ready to go in the bottom of the first. Again, Carmen Majinski, a 5.47 ERA as a starter. As a reliever, 2.15. Again, very interesting. I would have went with the opener. This is a guy you would put, you'd want to have a relief pitcher out there, and then he comes in. But I'm not exactly in charge. So Majinski is almost ready to go. He's on the mound. Torres is almost ready. Torres batting .271, OPS of .785, 8 homers and 33 RBIs. As we are about ready to go in Pittsburgh. Majinski sets, kicks, and delivers. That's high and in. Ball one, run away in Pittsburgh. 80 degrees in Pittsburgh, partly cloudy. Very nice weather. Very nice weather in Pittsburgh. 109, by the way, in central Texas. No, that is not where I'm living. As that's a swing and a miss, strike one. 97 on the fastball is reported by Trisk. Unbelievable stuff there. 98 where I live. 1-1 count to Gleyber Torres, the DH tonight. Majinski readies, kicks, and delivers. That's grounded foul. And we'll do it again. York playing third base for the Pirates tonight. By the way, first game since Nick Gonzalez got hit in the face a few days ago. He is at second tonight. Long shot. I like your chances for sure. For sure, Theo. Here's the 1-2 as that's fouled back, and it's still 1-2. Yeah, I saw that, Dave. I guarantee they wouldn't have paid it out. Gotta hang in there with the Tigers. How's it going, Eric? Welcome on in. Proby, good to see you. What are the chances we go undefeated and win the World Series? 0%. That all that happens. The pitch. That's in the dirt. And it's 2-2. And the splits with Majinski starting and relieving. It is pretty bizarre. Again, over a 5 as a starter. Sub 3 as a reliever. 2-2 count. Majinski readies, kicks, and delivers. And that is once again fouled back. Again, this is kind of a problem for the Pirates. They've just haven't been able to get starters deep into the ball game. And Torres already kind of working that pitch count. It's going backward, walking in. Pirates 12, Lions 3. Very interesting there. Detroit Lions, disappointing year last year, looking to rebound. 2-2 to Torres. Majinski delivers inside, ball 3. Works it full. 88 on the splitter. Is Lau playing? Lau is playing. He is the DH. 3-2 to Torres. Majinski kicks and fires. Check to swing. That's high and in. Ball 4. That is a leadoff walk for the Tigers. And that'll bring up Kevin McGonigal, batting .251, OPS of .804, 12 homers, and 48 RBIs. So runner on first. Oh, pardon me, it's .281. I wrote down .251. Right, probably it's an 8, but I just misread it. So McGonigal at the plate. Runner on first, nobody out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 85 on the curveball, down and in. 0-1. York plays second. Why have him there? Gonzo at third. You do not want Gonzo at third. York looked really good at third base yesterday there, Anthony. Yeah, I'd much rather. I mean, the way they have it is preferable. Breaking ball just misses. Apparently, Davis going to challenge and help out his pitcher. It's a close call, but Davis will win this challenge for Majinski. It's going to be 0-2 as we're awaiting the results. There's the sweeping curve right out there. Just caught the zone. Good challenge, good pitch. And it's 0-2 to Kevin McGonigal. Again, runner on first, nobody out. Those of you just joining us, top of the first. Just getting started in Pittsburgh. The 0-2, and that's cut on and found back. Prediction is the Tigers might score first, and the Pirates will send 12 to the plate. They're gonna have 12 runs tonight. Yeah, that would be interesting. 0-2 count to McGonigal. The pitch, and that is gonna be just outside, but not called a strike. Davis gonna challenge. This is close. He may have got him though. This is pretty bold. Did he get him? He got him. He struck him out. That is a great challenge by Davis. Great challenges. Saving his pitcher. Looks like Dave is telling the umpire, like, hey, man, if I challenge, you better get ready to reverse your call. I don't think that's what he said. That'll bring up Dylan Dingler, spanning 259, OPS of 821, 26 homers, 82 RBIs. Runner on first, one out, the pitch, and that's in there 0-1. 96 on the fastball. It's going, Chris, good to see you. Calling your Brewers Wednesday night. Just letting you know, Chris. Let's see. Appreciate you guys again for hanging out. 0-1 to Dingler. Runner on first, one out. Majinski sets and delivers as that's a fly ball to right. Valdez is there moving to his left. Makes the catch. Out number 2. And that'll bring up Colt Keith, the first baseman, batting .269, OPS of 744, 9 homers, and 32 RBIs. Gonna pencil it in as a win. I don't know about all that. Dingler, hey, Dingler hits dingers, 26 homers. Yeah, I mean, hey, you can laugh at that name, but hey, I think it's appropriate. Dingler with the dinger. Here's the pitch. That's going to be off the plate, ball 1. Dingler, that is the main threat for the Tigers as far as able to jack one out, over the fence. 1-0 to Keith. The pitch, and that's chopped foul. 86 on the splitter, and it's 1-1. This Friday, the Pirates will be in LA at 10:10. How tough is it? I mean, more tough when the Pirates aren't doing well. But, we'll still see. That one, I don't know. I haven't released that one yet. I haven't listed, I don't know. It'll depend really how I'm feeling after the Steelers game. Because the Steelers play prior to that. And I'll covering Steelers and the Jets. So I don't know yet. 1-1 to Keith. The pitch. That's whacked to left, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Reynolds is there, and that'll be a 2-out single. That was a very... He hit it perfect. I'm just saying, that sounded really nice off the bat. Gets a single out of it. That'll bring up Zach McKinstry, batting .216, OPS of 620, 4 homers and 24 RBIs. I understand why Speedy is not DH and Lau at second. There's an argument there. I hear that. I can understand that one. Gonzalez is much better, though, at second, as that's going to be inside ball 197. Goes the fastball. By the way, again, already 18 pitches for Majinski. Just not really. Yeah, I don't know. Just, again, as a starter, just not the same guy that you'd see out of the pen. The 1-0, and that is going to be sent to right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. That'll probably score a run. Mangum's there. He's going to throw it in. Torres is going to go ahead and score. Tigers score first. RBI single from Zach McKinstry. That is RBI number 25 for him. 1-0 Tigers. And that'll bring up Hal Lee. He's batting .265, OPS of 713, 6 homers, and 28 RBIs. Playing each other this week. Yeah, you'll probably eliminate me. That's probably what will happen. Appreciate you, Mike, for hanging out. Pirates win or cash it. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. The Pirates, not very good at night. Only a 29-44 record. That is the worst in Major League Baseball. That is sent the other way. The Tigers double their lead on the next pitch. Valdez throws it to third. It's cut off by Triolo. So an RBI single by Hal Lee. That's how you do it. Tigers 2, Pirates nothing. So Majinski already struggling early. I mean, that's just... I don't know. It's just... You just got to put an opener in for him. I mean, it's just what the stats say. All the analytics they use, and they don't know that. That'll bring up Brett Callahan. Hasn't played too much, batting .500, OPS of 2,000, no homers and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch, and that's sent right to the shortstop. Triolo makes a nice grab for out number 3. The inning, or the top part of the inning, is over. 2-0 Tigers over the Pirates. All right, well, here's the lineup for the Pirates. We'll see if, of course, they can keep their offense going against lefties. Have had a nice stretch against lefties, but we'll see if it's for real. Jared Triolo will be leading off for the Pirates. He'll be at short. Esmeralda Valdez is in right. Brian Reynolds is at left. Nick Gonzalez playing second today. Brendan Lau's DHing. Rafael Flores will be right behind him. He's at first. Jake Mangum at center. Nick York at third. And Henry Davis is catching. Pirates eat Tigers. Maybe. We'll see. Appreciate you, Brian. Jets going to beat the Steelers 27. Yeah, it won't. It's preseason. I'll throw it for you. Oh, thank you, Chris. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. Hey, it happens. I can win the losers bracket. That's kind of the consolation I'll have. Going to be a bad one tonight. Could be. Hey, I'll still be here regardless. Baczynski needs to go back to the bullpen. I agree. Or again, just have him come out in the third inning or something. I'm fine with that. They stink on national TV, yeah. Wonder what happened to that kid. I don't know. I think he got hurt or something. Yeah. I can't remember his name, but yeah. Dang it. I can't remember his name, but he's really good. He was really good that one day. But he actually isn't all that great. In the minors, his ERA is like in the 4s. Think about Roberts coming back, dude. I love it. I don't know why we let him go. Lee Harrison was a bum. He was a bum in Baltimore. He was a bum. I mean, we only signed him because he played for the Ravens. Harrison was not good. Roberts, way better. Really excited for that. Kind of like, he reminds me of like Vince Williams. You know? It's not like a superstar, but it's a guy you want on the team. It's a guy that, he's a thumper. I like him a lot. All right. We'll see if Jared Triolo can get things started for the Pirates. He will make his way to the plate. Spanning 243 OPS of 634, 2 homers and 24 RBI. Starting pitcher for the Tigers, Framber Valdez, 4.26 ERA. We'll see if him and Dingler are on the same page, or he'll try to kill Dingler with the ball. All right. Valdez readies, kicks, and delivers. That's in there 0-1. 94 in the sinker underway here in the bottom of the first. And the Tigers scoring 2, RBI single by McKinstry and his RBI single by Lee. 0-1 count to Triolo. Valdez sets, kicks, and fires. Check to swing. It's in there. It's 0-2. To Triolo. Valdez, of course, on deck for the Pirates. Valdez not liking the signs. He's going to set anyway. 0-2 to Jared Triolo, the pitch. That's inside. Ball 1. 1-2 to Jared Triolo. The 1-2, that's a breaking ball inside. 2-2, 79 on the curveball. Again, the Pirates, believe it or not, their most recent success has been against lefties. Lefties out on the mound, or lefties out of the bullpen. Going back to the Miami series. 2-2 to Triolo. Valdez kicks and delivers. That's a ground ball to third. McGonigal throws to first. He is out. 1 out. That'll bring up Esmeralda Valdez. Valdez versus Valdez. Spending 261, OPS of 939, 14 homers and 41 RBIs. So Mercer, you were incorrect. Third base. Appreciate you, Nate. Yeah, it's on ESPN tonight. Monday Night Baseball. Here's the pitch to Valdez. Almost hits Valdez. Valdez trying to intimidate his fellow Valdez. Valdez, since his MLB debut, first in slugging as a rookie, first in OPS, tied for first in homers. Pretty solid stuff. Third in RBIs. That's since May 22nd. 1-0 count. The pitch. That's way outside. 2-0. 4 likes to 100. Yeah, make sure you're gonna hit the like button. Trying to help out trying to push the channel to more and more Pirate fans and Tiger fans. The 2-0 to Valdez as he skies one to right. That one is going to stay fair, and it's going to be caught by McKinstry for outs number 2. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Ryan Reynolds, batting .264 OPS of .810, 15 homers, 65 RBIs. Yeah, just a little bit. Just a tad. Let's go on Scholar. Appreciate you for hanging out. Listening from Boston. Let's go, Miss Donna. Welcome on in. Let's go, Pirates. Valdez sets and delivers. And that's ripped, but it's also foul. 0-1. Reynolds maybe waking back up again. Of course, a very kind of a streaky hitter. Will be like when he's on, he is legit one of the best players in baseball. When he's off, the opposite is true. The 0-1 to Reynolds. That misses inside, and it's 1-1. 95 on the sinker. Griffin. Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully it's not really a consistent thing with Griffin. Here's the pitch, and Reynolds fouls it back 1-2. He is resuming baseball activities. So I believe after the homestand, he will depart Pittsburgh and start throwing and start doing whatever he's got to do, fielding and all that stuff. So that's inside 2-2. Been cleared for everything, cleared for hitting. So that's good. That is good. Will help out tremendously. The 2-2 to Reynolds, and that's a tapper to third. McGonigal with it, throws on the run, and that's a nice throw. That is out number 3. All right, we are through 1. We go to the top of the second. 2-0 Tigers. 2 up for the Tigers will be Max Clark, Javier Baez, and Gleyber Torres. All right, we will check out some stuff across Major League Baseball. All right, the Rays 4, Orioles 3, Reds leading 1-0 over the Cardinals, Marlins and the Phillies 0-0. And then, yeah, zeros elsewhere with the Tigers and the Red Sox and the Padres and the Mets. We're pulling for if you're a Pirates fan, you're pulling for the Mets, pulling for the Red Sox, you're pulling for the Marlins, and you're pulling for the Reds. That's, yeah, a lot of help needed for the Pirates. So, anywho, I do appreciate you guys again for hanging out. Thank you for the sub, by the way. Just saw that 793. Trying to get to 10,800. Trying to get to 11,000 by the time the regular season starts. It'll be close. It'll be close. Want to do it. I'm still trying to cover as much Pirates as I can. Again, going to start backing off a little bit in the near future, because it is a football channel. I know that's hard for some people to believe, but yes, this is a football channel where I cover baseball in the off season. But we'll make it work. Again, I'll have the rest of the Pirates Tigers series Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday night doubleheader, Mariners and the Brewers. So Pirates Tigers early, and then Mariners Brewers at night. And then Thursday, it's still up in the air. We'll see. I might have some personal stuff. Not personal, but I have to cover the local high school scrimmage. I don't know yet. Still waiting to hear on that. Appreciate you for the sub. Thank you very much. Double Doc. Oh, yeah. A lot of triple headers in the future on Saturdays and Sundays. That'll be fun. Football all day. All right, we are back. Max Clark at the plate. Luckily for him, he's not facing Seth Hernandez. The pitch. That's inside ball one. He's facing Carmen Majinski, 87 on the splitter, 1-0. A double dock, double delay, delay double. Yeah, I need to market that. 1-0 to Clark. Majinski kicks and delivers. That is popped up. That is a foul ball, 1-1. I know some of you guys will scoff at this, but Davis is actually in the running, legit, for a gold glove this year. I mean, I'm not kidding. As a catcher, he apparently has thrown out the most runner percentage. As far as percentage, they don't run on him much at all. But as far as percentage goes, 48% of the time he throws them out. That is the highest by 10%. And that is crazy stuff. 1-2 count as Clark fouls it off. So Davis does provide something defensively. Definitely needs to work on his bats. The 1-2, that's going to be fouled back. 95 on the fastball. Girlfriend's going to hate you during football season. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Understood. I appreciate that, Scott, but there are plenty. There are much better channels for baseball. So much more. 1-2 to Clark. And that is once again fouled back. This season has been like getting a whole lot of bee stings for a little bit of honey. Yeah. Yeah. I understand, Proby, that's the Pirates are going to take care of their huge investment. The 1-2, that just misses. Davis thought about it. He, thank goodness for not, would have missed it. That's a good call by the umpire, too. It's a nice pitch. 2-2 to Clark. 27 pitches, by the way, if you're wondering. The pitch. That almost hits him. 3-2. Again, I do apologize. Don't know where the pitch count went. We did have that. But not too sure what happened there. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bats. The 3-2, and that is popped up. That is also foul. Majinski is not going to last long in this game. The Tigers are fouling everything off, making him work. Yeah, that's why he was picked 1-1, but the bat is not there. It is not. The 3-2. That's a tapper. To short. Clark can move. Trillo with it on the run. Throws to first. He is out. Clark again, so fast. Looking like Clark Kent going down the line. But yeah, no, Trillo with the nice throw. Let's see. Did he get him? He just got him. I mean, that is as close as you can have it. A gnat's eyelash, as some would say. As that'll bring up Javier Baez. He's played in the ballpark plenty of times, batting .269, OPS of .663, 2 homers, and 14 RBIs. The pitch, that's in there, 0-1. Oh, he's up 1-0. Gotcha. Appreciate you, Brian. 0-1 to Baez. The pitch, and that is fouled off someone's foot. Wasn't Baez. I think it went off the umpire. Or maybe Davis. I don't know. They're both going out there. Both Davis and the umpire. Both giving each other some time to recuperate. Let's go, Jay. Welcome on in. Brewers, they don't play Monday. They play... I'll have them on Wednesday. The pitch. That's downstairs, 1-2. Let's go on. Mads feeling lucky tonight. Got Valdez and Mangum RBIs. We'll see. We'll see. I hope so. 1-2 count. Majinski ready. He fires. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Woo-hoo! 2 outs. That'll bring up Gleyber Torres, who walked. I do remember a few years ago, I know it was wishful thinking, but I was really wanting the Pirates to acquire Torres. I've always been a fan of him. But, hey, we got Brandon Lau for at least this year. And then, of course, Speedy Gonzalez. He's developed into a nice bat. The pitch, as that's hit up the middle for a base hit. 2-out single. Just a little liner up the middle. Torres 1 for 1 with the walk tonight. And that'll bring up Kevin McGonigal, who struck out looking. Again, some really nice challenges by Davis in that at bat. They're showing again the AL wild card. Again, the Tigers just a game back. You're seeing that record, you're like, what the heck? Yeah, that's how bad it is in the AL. There are only 5 teams in the American League with the winning record. But the Tigers, again, with the really great point differential, expected wins lost because of that would be 72 and 52. They've just had a lot of bad luck. That's in there, not called a strike. Davis going to challenge and will win this. Again, Davis is showing up the umpire. Not, of course, with any disrespect, but just how good he's challenging for the moment. That is in there. It's 1-1. And this is all with McGonigal, too, which is crazy. Again, McGonigal was the one that he challenged and got him to strike out twice. I mean, on the, you know, in that previous at-bat, 2 challenges, he got right. So now it's 3. And it's all on McGonigal. The pitch, as McGonigal sends this to right. This is backing up. This ball is gone. McGonigal sends this McGon with his 13th home run of the season. And the Tigers, again, double their lead, 4-0. And Carmen Mlodzinski definitely having a rough time tonight. Thank you again for the sub. I appreciate it. That was blasted to right center. And that is a hanging. I don't know what it was, but it's hanging. There's a lot of spin on it, but not much movement at all. Hanging breaking ball is my guess. I don't know what type of breaking ball. He'll face Dingler, who swings and misses at a breaking ball away. Strike 1. Dingler 0 for 1 on the night. 0-1 count to Dingler. Mlodzinski kicks and delivers as Dingler pops it up foul, and it's 0-2. Who starts Wednesday tomorrow? Tomorrow's gonna be Ashcraft. And then Wednesday is Skeens. Oh, and 2 to Dingler. A little bit of a delay. Not too sure what happened there, but yeah, Mlodzinski clearly, again, you can kind of tell that it was going to kind of trend this way for Mlodzinski. You're just kind of hoping that he would settle down, but yeah, the first time through, just everyone was battling. Even if they were out, it was a lot of pitches extinguished. Already at 39 pitches here in the second. Here is the pitch. That is inside, ball 2. Davis thought about it, but does not. Let's go in station. Welcome on in. Did you see Ohtani and catcher? Yes. Crazy stuff. I don't know what, rushing. I don't know. He needs to humble himself. He's trying to show up Shohei Ohtani. That's insane. The 2-2, as that's whacked to left. That'll be a base hit. Dingler keeping the inning alive for the Tigers. And that'll bring up Colt Keith, who is 1 for 1 of the night. Let's go, Denny. Welcome on in. Let's go, Bucks. All 4 runs with 2 outs. Hope Kelly has a quick hook, but that bullpen. Yeah, I know. That's a good point. Good point. Mlodzinski kicks and delivers. That's going to be just upstairs, apparently. Should have been a strike. Davis elects not challenge, being it's close. 1-0. Again, an RBI. No, he did not have an RBI. I think he scored. He scored. He's 1 for 1 and has a run. 1-0 to Keith. The pitch. That's grounded to first. Nice stop by Flores. He will step on the bag for out number 3. The Tigers once again score 2 runs. 2 of them, of course, by Kevin McGonigal. 13th home run of the season. 4-0 Tigers over the Pirates. 2 up for the Pirates will be Nick Gonzalez, Brandon Lau, and Rafael Flores Jr. Ashcraft's complete. It was a great game. That was awesome. That was an absolute pleasure. Let's go, Norman. Welcome on in. Yep, definitely not the start you'd want for the Pirates. Pirates, again, just not good on national television, not good at night, not good against lefties. So, a lot of the stats just not going in their favor when you look at it, at least for today's ball game. The one stat that is in their favor, 21-12 against the American League. But right now, not a good start. I mean, it's up to you, Proby. You can do what you want. You can do what you want. Cheer for you want. Cruz is back, but he is on the bench. He is on the bench. Yeah, Ronnie Simon sent down. And Cruz stayed up. I think there was another move. I just don't remember it. I don't recall it. They might have actually released something there. But of course, we'll check out scores at the end of the second inning. And I've not been keeping up with the Tigers, so I don't really know what's been happening there. Oh, they reinstated Johan Ramirez. That's right. An optioned Hunter Barco, designated Jonathan Rodriguez for assignment. We never saw him play at all. Proby's pulling for the Tigers. Let's go, Clint. Welcome on in. It's not looking good. You would be correct. Your eyes do not deceive you. Since June 1st, the Tigers have kind of flipped a switch. Runs per game, 5.3. That's the third most. Runs allowed, 3.4. That is the fewest. So that's going to be off the plate. Ball one. So again, the Tigers kind of playing well and are trending in a direction that you would think could get themselves into the playoffs. This is Speedy Gonzalez, his first time up since being hit in the face. Here is the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, 2-0. Gonzalez batting .307, OPS of .761, 6 homers, and 53 RBIs. 2-0 to Speedy. That is kicks and delivers. That is upstairs. Call a strike. Gonzalez will challenge, and he'll win. Give me 1 sec. He is going to win this challenge. All right, 3-0 counts to Speedy Gonzalez. Let's go, Jared. Welcome on in. Valdez readies, kicks, and delivers. That's going to be in there. It's called 3-1. 92 on the sinker. In a really scary situation, hit in the face. Missed a couple games. That's going to be outside, ball 4. So Gonzalez works a walk in his first plate appearance in his return. Since, again, that horrible. That was honestly scary. I really thought it hit him, like, in the face, but luckily it hit the helmet. That took, man, that was definitely a scary moment. All right, that'll bring up Brandon Lau. Not as good against lefties. The pitch, that's going to be hit up the middle for a base hit. Well, Lau doesn't care about what I say. That's a single for Lau. Again, leading the Pirates with home runs and RBIs, 26 and 79 respectively. And that'll bring up Rafael Flores, batting .300, OPS of 1024, 4 homers and 10 RBIs. He has the same helmet there, Anthony. We'll see what Flores can do. Has had a nice, past few days. So that's in the dirt, ball one. Again, 3 homers in his last 3 games. Or is it 4 games? It might be 4 games. But regardless, it's been really good. Seeing the ball well. 1-0 count to Flores. The pitch. That's downstairs 2-0. Again, runners on first and second for the Pirates. Nobody outs. 94 on the sinker from Valdez. Wearing an old school helmet without the cheek guard. Yes, 100%. If you didn't have that one, it would have been bad. As that's ripped right to the third baseman, makes the catch, throws back to first, and he is safe. Now, ooh. McGonigal, I don't know, he's saying that he may have caught it, or he's saying he didn't catch it. McGonigal, again, it was a nice play. The Tigers are trying to say that he didn't make the catch, and if that's the case, it would be a triple play, but he never threw it to second. I don't know. I think it's a catch. I don't think it hit the ground there. I mean, I would really hope not. If it hit the ground, that's just unfortunate for the Pirates. That's a catch. 2 feet down, that's a catch. Again, heads up by Lau, of course, to race back to first. Wow. So that's kind of weird. So they're going to say it's no catch officially. So what they're saying is that he didn't make the catch, but they're still going to mark the guy safe, which makes no sense. I guess. I don't really know. But regardless, Flores is out. So it's going to be 1 out. I'm still going to put line out. They got it wrong. And that'll bring up Jake Mangum. Mangum batting 300, OPS of 742, 4 homers and 28 RBIs. The pitch, that's a swing and a miss. Changeup in the dirt. Strike 1. Again, there are runners at first and second with 1 out. I know that was kind of a little odd. Ridlin was saying it was catch. Good to see you, Ridlin. Yeah, it was a good catch. 0-1 count. Valdez looking back at Gonzalez. The pitch, that's inside. Almost hits Mangum in the knee. But it didn't. 1-1. Infield fly. No, they said it was a ground ball. But that was not the case. It was a catch. 1-1 to Mangum. The pitch. And that is tapped foul 1-2. Valdez, by the way, at 25 pitches. Majinski already over 40. So quite the difference. Thank you again for the sub. Appreciate it. 4 subs away from 10,800. 1-2 to Mangum. Valdez readies. Looks back at Gonzalez. The pitch. As that's ripped, but it's just foul. That would have been very nice. But it's still 1-2 to Mangum. Should have bunted. I don't know. With Flores, you want to take a chance with the swing, since he is seeing it well. But I know I'm more of I don't have the old school mindset when it comes to bunting. I'm not really a bunt guy, and that's usually, the players just don't do that anymore. Not as much. Especially the Pirates. Here's the 1-2. Mangum sends a fly ball to left center field. Running back is Clark, and he leaps at the wall, makes the catch. Unbelievable. Throws to third. Gonzalez will be safe at third. That's a great play by Clark. I mean, Clark, again, he can move, and he collided with the fence with so much velocity. I mean, that was hit very well by Mangum. That is a very nice play by Clark for out number 2. I mean, your average center fielder would not be able to make that catch. That is just a great play by Clark. Again, just just an athlete. That'll bring up Nick York. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. The pitch. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. York, of course, had a very nice game against his former team, the Red Sox, yesterday. I believe he had 3 RBIs. Yes, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs yesterday. 1-0 to York. The pitch. That is hit to third. McGonigal has trouble. Picks it up. Throws tough first. He got him. And good defense will get them out of the inning. We go to the top of the third. Tigers 4, Pirates nothing. 2 up for the Tigers will be Zach McKinstry, Hao-Yu Lee, and Brett Callahan. No, I get it, Jason. I know, obviously, but, you know, it's just, that's not how I operate. Needed the RBI. Yeah, it was a good whack, but just couldn't find the fence of the ground before the glove. All right, we'll check out some scores real quick. All right, right now the Orioles leading 6-4 over the Rays. The Cardinals leading 2-1 over the Reds. Phillies leading 2-0 over the Marlins. The Red Sox leading 1-0 over the Diamondbacks. Mets 2, Padres 1. A's 1, Royals 0. And apparently the Braves and the Twins are in a delay. Earlier today, game 1 of a doubleheader, the Cardinals over the Reds 2-1. I did watch a little bit of that game. I caught it in the 8th inning, I believe. It was DHing as Lau. Yes, Lau is DHing tonight for the Pirates. We'll see if Majinski can settle down. Again, Majinski has clearly... He just doesn't have it as a starter. 1909, the Pirates defeated the Tigers 4-3 to win the World Series. It was the first matchup between the two teams. Interesting. Okay, I did not know that. Appreciate you, Vince, for hanging out. Vince, of course, a member of the Rhino Nation, Rising Rhino, a friend of the channel. We'll, of course, have a show together starting August 31st. That is 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks, August 31st. Our predictions, everything. I've been, of course, keeping a lot of it to myself. Can't reveal them for the show. So we're going to be going over all that. Going to probably be the longest show. Probably the most boring show, to be honest with you. I know I'm trying to hype it up here, but I'm just going to be honest. Not as much of a debate. Just, you know, going over predictions. Maybe we'll hate on each other's predictions. I don't know, but that should be, it'll be fun at least to reveal it all. I've been, again, keeping it pretty tight-lipped. But yes, August 31st, that is the debut of the Delay and Rhino Breakdown. Majinski will face Zach McKinstry, the pitch, as that is a fastball that's cut on and fouled back 0-1. 95 on the fastball. McKinstry with an RBI single in his first appearance. Playing a doubleheader. Yes, Norman, they are. Sasquatch, yes. I don't really know what the Sasquatch thing is there. Here's the 0-1. That's hit to Rowe. It's dropped by Flores. Then he picks it up, tosses it to Majinski. I believe he got him. He did. Out number 1. That was very nice. Flores again batting it down. The ticker froze? Is it? Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about. Okay. Well, in between innings, I can change that. Yeah, I don't know why that would be there, so give me a sec. Well, yeah, I'll just have to wait till this half inning. I don't want to block that. Yeah, that is odd. I didn't notice that. I thought it was moving. Majinski readies. He delivers as Lee grounds it to third, and a diving attempt by York, but couldn't quite get there. Reynolds is there, throws it in. Hao-Yu Lee is showing how you do it. That is his second single of the day. Of course, a game break here. They're going to Tampa Bay. That is pretty cool. I do like this. This is a nice little treat with the national broadcast. They'll go to and show other games. Orioles with a 2-run blast. They lead 6-4 over the Rays. Brett Callahan makes his way to the plate. Runner on first, 1 out. Majinski kicks and fires. And that's going to be flared to left. That'll be a foul ball. Just curious. No, you're good. No, thank you. I didn't even notice. But yeah, after this half inning, I'll see if I can do that. If not, then I'll just have to hide it, I guess. I don't know. 0-1 count. The pitch. That's away. Davis pump fakes to first. Keeping Lee in check. 1-1 count. Lee taking his lead at first. Majinski kicks and fires. Tried to backdoor, but he did, apparently. Not a good call at all, but it goes in favor of the Pirates, 1-2. Majinski about to throw his 50th pitch. He sets, kicks, and delivers. That's tailing away. Ball 2. And 94 goes the four-seamer. Looked like a two-seamer, though. It kind of was going out. I don't know. Anyway, 2-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 86 on the splitter. That is Majinski's third strikeout of the night. And that'll bring up Max Clark, the speedy Max Clark again. It made a nice play in the second inning defensively. That probably kept some runs off the board. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Runner on first, 2 outs. The pitch as Clark sends this foul, and it's 0-1. Hopefully it's just a little let me actually try this. You won't be able to see anything. Maybe. Okay, I think I made it worse. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. Okay, I think we're good. Here's the 0-1. And that's sent to left. That'll drop in for a base hit. 2-out single there for Max Clark. And that'll bring up Javier Baez, who's 0 for 1 of the night. Okay, looks like it worked. Let's go. Let's go. I didn't even have to go to the website. I know ball. Kind of. If there's any streamer out there that wants to be doing this, ask me and I'll try to help out. I will legit try. I just don't know much about the workings of OBS. But I've learned a lot, you know, since starting all this. The pitch. That's a curveball outside. Ball 1. Baez, of course, a former Cub. Definitely involved in a play that many Pirate fans would love to forget. 1-0 to Baez. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 83 on the curveball. 1-1. It's working nice. Thank you. I try. 1-1 counts. He looks back at second. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Curveball down and away. And it's 1-2. Again, Baez with a lot of power. But he had, well, in the past, maybe not the same power he had, but definitely struggled with the strikeouts. Definitely would just swing away. But yeah, 55, yeah, 56 pitches now. About to be 57, barring a pickoff. Definitely not efficient. Tigers tonight, 7 of the 8 hits were 2 outs. The pitch. And that's just outside 2-2. Yeah, the Tigers, really good 2-out hitting. It is punishing the Pirates. You put your mental on the line. I can't tell if that's sarcasm, but I definitely have been a little bit stressed as of late. That's going to be off the plate, 3-2. Again, part of it, it's not really, yeah, the play on the field, obviously, but it's really, again, just like when you read so many negative comments day after day after day after day, even if it's warranted, it just wears you out. You know, I would like to think that if the Pirates were, you know, 61-65, the chat wasn't as negative or toxic, I would probably be very much a happier individual. Chopper to short. Triolo with the throws to first. He got him. Good stretch by Flores. That is out number 3. The inning is over. First scoreless inning for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the third. Tigers 4, Pirates nothing. Due up for the Pirates will be Henry Davis, Jared Triolo, Esmeralyn Valdez. Like it up, sub it up. Appreciate Ricky. Yeah, I haven't really been pushing that. Make sure again to leave a like. We are at 94 likes, trying to get to 150. That is a streak that we've had for a good bit. And yeah, I mean, we'd like to try to keep that going. But I do appreciate you guys again for hanging out for this one. Make sure to sub to the channel as well. We're closing in on 10,800, trying to get to 11,000 by the time the NFL season is here. Maybe we get it. We are on pace to get it. Doesn't look like it. The original goal was 10K, so we definitely have smashed that. But, the Pirates, of course, that has impacted the way it is. It is what it is. We're just trying to get what we can. So make sure again to sub it up. We're just a field goal away from 10,800. So, again, thank you guys for hanging out. Playing average team. Well, again, I think this is a better team than their record indicates, Trisk, but thank you for hanging out. Again, their expected wins-loss based on their run differential, 72 wins, 52 losses. They are very much a team like the Pirates that has just gone unlucky. By the way, again, if you're wondering on the Pirates' expected win-loss, 66-60, which, of course, would put them, a game back. And by the way, the Phillies would have a worse win-loss record. Padres, I think they would have a 500 record. Yeah, it's just, again, a lot of teams. I mean, you obviously play to win the game, right? But, I do think run differential is a good tell on how good a team actually is. But at the end of the day, you got to win. You got to win the actual results. You play to win the game. I think I have that. I know I do.
You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.
Yes, sir. Coach Edwards with some facts. Appreciate you, Scary, for hanging out. Pitt's going to win. We'll see it. I don't know if the good Lord said it. I don't know. I don't really think he cares. But thank you for hanging out. Detroit, no slouches. Yeah, I agree. I agree, AJ, completely. No, I hear you, Tris. Yeah, there's no consistency there. All right. We are back. Henry Davis at the plate. Valdez kicks and delivers. Breaking ball right down the middle. Strike one. Davis batting 169, OPS of 562, 8 homers and 31 RBIs. 0-1 to Davis. He sets and delivers. That's in the dirt. And it's 1-1. 89 on the changeup to Henry Davis. AK double shot keeps think positive comments. Yeah, here's the 1-1. That's a swing and a miss. Strike two. 1-2 to Henry Davis. Valdez rocks and delivers. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. They are showing the NL playoff picture again. The Pirates 6.5 back. Needing a lot of help, and of course they got to help themselves. The Tigers, of course, only a game back. And again, if you were to put money on a team that would take that last spot, it would very well be the Tigers. With the way they've been playing as of late, that run differential, again, you think the law of averages would work out. Tapper back up to Valdez, has it, throws to first. Just like that, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Esmeralyn Valdez 0 for 1. Yeah, smile and carry on. Yeah, I try. I try. I'm just ready for football because, I don't really care about the comments as much. So that's going to be in there 0-1. Valdez will ask for time. But yeah, the Pirates have been kind of kept in check. Your 0-1 to Valdez. Breaking ball at the knees, and it's 0-2. 2 0-2 to Esmeralda Valdez. The pitch, and that's in the dirt. 1-2 to Esmeralda Valdez. Nice to know that 7 runs down to the 8th, they can still score, but ultimately, unfortunately, up 7-1 to the 8th. Yeah, I know, I hear you. Appreciate you, Miss Linda, for hanging out. 1-2 to Valdez. Valdez on Valdez. Who will commit the crime? The pitch. That is called strike 3. Valdez will challenge. Valdez committing a crime of using a challenge and losing. That is a bummer. There it is. He struck him out. We go to the top of the 4th. Tigers 4, Pirates nothing. Due up for the Tigers will be the top of the order. Gleyber Torres, Kevin McGonigal, and Dylan Dingler. Valdez got a dinger. Well, not there. Would have been fun to do. Yeah, no, this is pretty fun. They are not. I don't think they're brothers now. I don't think so. Let's go on to Fish. Welcome on in. 14-1 when Nick Gonzalez don't play, and we continue to send him out. Why? Really? That's an interesting stat. That is an interesting stat. Huh. Well, again, it's 14-1 when he plays 3rd. Now he's at 2nd, so I don't know. But that is an interesting grab there, Daniel. That is interesting. Only 4 days till next one. Yes, Fish, I'm ready for it. Ready for it. Clint, of course, ready for the Packers. Yeah, a lot of Packer fans here. A lot of Packer fans on the channel. Well, I'll have to look into that, Daniel. That's an interesting stat. Again, I imagine that's more because at 3rd, because he's definitely a guy that struggles defensively there. 2nd, again, that's not his natural position. 2nd base, shortstop, that's more of his thing, which he's playing 2nd tonight. But yeah, that is interesting. I'll give you that. All right, the Orioles 6, Rays 4, Cardinals 3, Reds 1, Phillies 2, Marlins nothing. Red Sox 3, Diamondbacks nothing. Mets 2, Padres 1, Royals 3, A's 1. And the Battle of Chicago is 0-0 in the first. Cardinals, of course, took the first game of the doubleheader between the Reds 2-1. Again, you don't want to do it, but you have to pull for the Reds. I think the Cardinals just scored a run. Did they not? Yep, it's now 4-1. I thought it was 3-1. Maybe they just, I don't know. Okay, Daniel, again, I understand your statement, your fact, but again, I think it's more with the third base thing. So I don't know. I'm going to do that. Do a little more research there. I think I'd rather have him playing with him having a 307 batting average. I don't know. That's just my thought to it. You're free to disagree. All right. That'll bring up Gleyber Torres, 1-for-1 with the walk. Looks like the Pirates have already done away with Majinski. It's going to be Isaac Matson in the top of the 4th. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. So Majinski is done. Again, a very disappointing appearance. I don't understand if you're going to take him out early. I mean, obviously he wasn't pitching well, but yeah, you should definitely put him with an opener from now on. There's no way he starts again. So that's a swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 to Torres. Oh, and 2, Matson readies. Kicks and delivers. That's upstairs, 1-2. 94 on the 4-seam fastball. Matson sets. And looks like a late call for time from Torres. But he is granted it. Matson was almost delivering to home plate. One and two to Dingler. Torres, the pitch, and that is fouled off of Davis. Still 1-2. 1-2 to Torres. Matson sets, kicks, and delivers. Checked his swing. Did not go 2-2. Matson readies. He kicks, he delivers. That's going to be flared out to right. Valdez jogging in and makes the catch. That is out number 1. That'll bring up Kevin McGonigal. Of course, hit a 2-run blast in his last appearance, 1 for 2 on the night. Yeah, it looked like it hurts. McGonigal, again, a potential superstar in the future. Definitely a guy with a lot of potentials. That's outside, ball 1. Apparently McGonigal has hit 10 of his 13 home runs on the road, so just not a good guy whenever he's in front of his home fans. The 1-0. That's at the knees, 1-1. 95 on the fastball. McGonigal has worked 77 walks. He's only struck out 77 times. That's pretty good. Here's the 1-1. That's off the plate, 2-1, especially for today's day and age. Should have started Ashcraft or Skeens. Well, I mean, I don't think... oh, my bad. I don't know why he pushed... I don't know. That's going to be a fly ball to left. Backing up is Reynolds, and he makes the catch, round number 2. With the bullpen game, don't know why Ashcraft... I don't know. It did make no sense. I mean, I don't know. It's not really a big deal, but... That's a fly out, and that'll bring up Dylan Dingler, who's 1 for 2 on the night. Two outs in the top of the 4th. The Tigers leading 4-0. Matson readies, kicks, and delivers, and that's fouled back 0-1. Of course, some people would have you believe we're losing because Nick Gonzalez is just playing. That is pretty bizarre. 0-1 count to Dingler, who again is the Tigers leader in dingers, 26 on the season. 0-1 count. The pitch. That's upstairs. Ball 1. 1-1 to Dingler. 95 on the fastball. Again, bullpen game already for the Pirates. Majinski just didn't have it. I will say it is interesting they took him out after his first 0 he put up. 1-1. The pitch. That's inside. 2-1. Two and 1 to Dingler. Really nice year. OPS of 821. Matson readies. Kicks and delivers high, and it almost hits him. 3-1. 84 on the slider that didn't slide. Dingler is dingled, yeah. Three and 1 Dingler. Matson sets and fires. Inside, ball 4. Almost a clean inning. And that'll bring up Colt Keith, who's 1 for 2 on the night. 7 Tigers already have gone on base tonight. Actually, yeah, they're all hits. 7 Tigers have gotten a hit. Runner on first, 2 outs. Matson delivers as Keith sends this to left field. Reynolds is under it, and he makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Tigers 4, Pirates nothing. Due up for the Pirates. Thank you again for the subs. I appreciate that. Will be Brian Reynolds, Nick Gonzalez, and Brandon Lau. Bro hates Nick, apparently. Like bowling score. 113. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Thank you for the likes. Again, trying to get to 150 on the likes. Trying to keep that streak going. It's a big jar of water. It is. You got to keep yourself, I don't know. You just got to keep the throat. I mean, I know people don't like this word, but moist. You got to do it. It's all the reasons to point why the Pirates are where they are. That is the silliest. It's one of the silliest for sure. Thank you again for that. I appreciate the sub there. We got to 800 for the moment. I'm sure the people will unsub now. That's what happens. But anyway, again, I do appreciate you guys for hanging out. Yep, hopefully, again, the Pirates can get something going and keep it a game. It's a manageable still. Again, 2-0s for the Pirates. Tigers, of course, look like they're seeing the ball very well tonight. NL in homers. Maybe Schwarber, if I had to guess. I actually don't know. Thank you, Trisk. I appreciate that. That was all Trisk. So thank you, Trisk, for convincing people to get to 10-8. Time to fire the cannons. We'll see. We shall see. Again, this is the part of the order that has gone on base. Gonzalez walked. Lau with the single. So we'll see if they can get something going. Reynolds maybe getting a little bit better as of late. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, he had a good game yesterday. 2 RBIs. I'd love to see that June version of him. Depends on what's moist. I don't know. I don't know. In high school, you just said the word and it was cringe, apparently. I do remember that. All right, Reynolds, 0 for 1. He is at the plate. Of course, batting from the right side with Valdez being a lefty. Gotta stay hydrated, yep. Appreciate you, City Kitty, for hanging out. Let's go, Bucks. Pirates just trying to... Pirate fans just trying to keep themselves engaged. Valdez readies as he faces Reynolds. He kicks, he fires as Reynolds sends a fly ball to left field, but it's more height than distance, as that'll be caught there by Callahan for out number 1. That'll bring up Nick Gonzalez, who walked in his first appearance. Apparently, Pico Armstrong just hit another home run. He's been really playing well. And then Seiya Suzuki hit one as well. The Cubs are a good team, folks. Cubs and the Brewers. I do think the NL Central has a great shot at sending a team to the World Series. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez. That's outside ball 1. One and 0 to Gonzalez. Valdez sets and delivers as Gonzalez sends this to, I don't know what's going on. Apparently, it's the worst camera coverage ever. It's a line out to center. Oh my gosh, they cut to the wrong camera. That was pretty horrible. And that'll bring up Brandon Lau, who's 1 for 1. Girlfriend hates that word. Yeah, I think aren't you just a little bit older than me? So probably the same age group that generation. All right, our generation just hates the word. The millennials do, I guess. That's in there 0-1. So Brandon Lau 1 for 1 of the night. Oh, and 1 to Lau. That's a breaking ball down and away. And it's 1-1. By the way, again, Valdez only at 43 pitches. If you're trying to get him out of the game, you're not doing a good job. Definitely no bueno there. 1-1 to Lau. He kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Slider down and away. Definitely fooled there. 1-2. Yeah, it's ESPN. That's true. Yeah, just pretty bad. 1-2 to Lau. The pitch, and that's inside 2-2. Give me 1 sec. Two and 2 to Lau as Valdez readies. He rocks. He delivers. Lau sends this right to the first baseman. Oh, he has trouble with it. Lau will beat Valdez to the bag. Valdez was lollygagging to first. I don't know what he was doing. I mean, I'm not exactly mad about it. I mean, Keith tried to make a nice play. I mean, he batted it down. I mean, it got away from him. And as soon as he picked it up, I mean, Lau was beating him there. Valdez hesitated and still slowed down at the very end. I'm going to give Lau a single. I don't know if that's an error. It may be an error. I don't know. Looks like the scoring decision is a base hit, so Lau is 2 for 2 on the night. And that'll bring up Rafael Flores, who is 0 for 1. The pitch. Checked his swing. It's right down the middle, 0-1. 94 in the sinker to Flores. Hopefully don't get shut out on national TV. I thought we scored against the Brewers. Did we not? We may not have. I don't remember. Here's the 0-1. That's a swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Strike 2. Flores with an OPS still over 1,000. Not too sure how much longer it'll be. What happened with the Pirates? They went on the All-Star break there. I appreciate you, Fabrico, for tuning in. But as soon as they hit the All-Star break, I guess that was it. 0-2 to Flores. Valdez sets, kicks, and fires as that has popped up. That it may be playable. First base side, that is a souvenir. Thank you again for the sub. I do appreciate that. Ketel Marte on the restricted list for not showing up. Well, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, what the heck? 0-2, Valdez readies. Looks over at first. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Tied him up. Tied him up. We go to the top of the 5th. Tigers 4, Pirates nothing. 2 up for the Tigers will be Zach McKinstry, Hao Yu Lee, and Brett Callahan. They realized they were the Pirates. I don't know. Again, I think this Pirates team was pretty good. Their offense just hasn't been the same. I mean, we've seen some nice games from them, but it's been very few and far in between. I mean, once the offense wakes up, if it happens, you know, I think they'll be fine. But I think the damage has been done. They just... Too many winnable games in the first half. That's costing us now. And then, again, just not showing up after the All-Star break. Yeah, again, they had... I don't know where the stat was. I don't know if I still have that. This was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, this is a few weeks ago. I'll have to update that. But yeah, the Pirates, again, 5.3 runs a game. That was the most in Major League Baseball, 3.6, which I think it's actually went a little bit up now because of the recent performances. But that was, I think, 28th. But obviously, yeah, it's definitely a little bit different now. But yeah, that offense just disappeared. And again, all the injuries, I mean, there's only so many. I mean, the guys were still doing well despite all the injuries. And just eventually... I mean, those guys will play like, you know, Callahan start off really nice, and then all of a sudden he went downhill, and a bunch of other guys that, you know, trying to do the same, you know, are playing well, but eventually they show you why they aren't everyday starters. So, it happens, though. I mean, every team has their injuries, so I feel like the Pirates had a little bit of bad luck there. All right, the Rays... leading 7-6 over the Orioles. That seems like a pretty interesting game there. Back and forth. The Reds have tied it up 4-4 in the top of the 7th. The Phillies 2, Marlins 1, Mets 2, Padres 1, Red Sox 3, Diamondbacks nothing, Royals 5, A's 1, Cubs leading 2-0 over the White Sox. Appreciate you, Seema. Thank you for hanging out for this one. I know your Phillies. I just said the score, but I just forgot. Yep, they're leading 2-1 over the Marlins. Matson out there for a second inning of work. That's upstairs, ball 1. Matson usually not good when you put him out there for more than an inning. We'll see if it's the same here tonight. Again, thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it, though. I do. Cruz might start tomorrow. We'll see. Here's the pitch. That's in there, 1-1. 93 on the fastball. One and 1 to McKinstry. Again, 1 for 2 on the night. Has an RBI as well. The pitch. That's on the outside corner. It's 1-2, 84 on the changeup. Time for 11K, maybe. 1-2 to McKinstry as they show McGonigal just chilling. The pitch. And that is fouled back. 1-2. It's all Nick's fault. Yes, that's true. I don't know why I even mentioned all that. It's Nick Gonzalez's fault. Forgot about that. What the heck? 1-2 to McKinstry. The pitch. And that's once again foul back. Again, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the Pirates just have so many, at least compared to us, they just seem to, the pitchers get their counts way up because everything is just not enough swing and miss. Here's the 1-2. And that's fouled back, which the Pirates actually rank high in strikeouts. It doesn't feel like that way at all. Oh well. 1-2 to McKinstry. Matson delivers. That's off the plate. 2-2. Matson really upset with himself on that pitch. Never watch ESPN. Yep, I don't blame you. Lost O'Hearn in Cincinnati. That was the one that hurt the most. That's fair. The 2-2. And once again, if you guessed foul, you were correct. 2-2 to McKinstry. Matson ready. It's the 9th pitch of the at-bat. The delivery, that's a tapper. Is it foul? It is. Because why not? Didn't even have to swing there. It was way out. 23 more long days. Yep, I know. Almost here. Almost. 2-2 the pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball down the third base line. That is a base hit, maybe a double. Reynolds turns and throws to second. Sliding in, and he is safe. McKinstry with a leadoff double. Just kept battling, and there you go. You get a double. York was playing way off. Of course, that's the shift. That'll bring up Hal Yu. Lee's 2 for 2 on the night. Has an RBI as well. Matson looks back at second. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs. Ball 1. 1-0 to Lee. Matson leans in, facing Lee. McKinstry at second. Checks on the runner. The delivery is upstairs, 2-0. Davis will have a chat with Matson. Again, Matson, I don't know, whenever he tries to go 2 innings, or he doesn't try, but when the Pirates send him out there for another inning, just not good. So again, thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure again to leave a like. Make sure to sub to the channel. We're at 131 on the likes, trying to get to 150. What in the world? But yeah, trying to get to 150 there, so I do appreciate you guys with the likes. We're almost there. And yeah, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out tonight. Tigers, Pirates. I'm not too sure if there's a Tigers play-by-play guy, to be honest with you. I haven't seen one, but I'm sure there is at least one. Of course, I know the interest in the Pirates has kind of dwindled. But we are hanging in there. 2-0 counts. Madsen looks back. Here's the pitch, and that misses upstairs. 3-0, 93 on the fastball. Where am I from? From the United States of America. 3-0 the pitch, and that's upstairs. Ball 4 from Pennsylvania, living in Texas, if you want specifics. So a walk, and that'll bring up Brett Callahan. Again, runners on first, second, nobody outs. I don't know. Kelly doesn't really... I don't know if they're warming up anybody. I really hope they are. I mean, that should have been something that should have been already happening because, again, Madsen, you sent him out for a second inning. It just doesn't work out. So that's foul back 0-1. I like Madsen. I know I don't think he's really a fan favorite. Had a really good year last year. This year, maybe they figured him out. They probably did, but you're not helping Madsen out in his confidence when you're putting him in a position to fail. 0-1, Madsen readies. Looks back and delivers. That's outside. 2-0. No, that's comments. Maybe. What is it? 10 pitches in on a single bat is a win-win. Then again, a hit, son of a... Now the next batter will walk. Yep, Trisk was right. Trisk was indeed correct. The pitch, it's in the dirt. The ball gets away. Davis fires to third. He is out. He got him. Now McKinstry is signaling that he may be safe, that they want to check on it. The Tigers will probably check on it anyway. I'm surprised he got him because the ball went away. Wow. Oh, man, if he got him, that's such a great play. There's the throw. York. Oh, that's close. I think he's out. Yeah, I think he came off a little bit. The Tigers will not challenge. What a throw from Davis. Davis, man, that guy he is a rocket on his arm. He really does. 2-1 counts. The pitch, and that's a tapper to second. Oh, and Gonzalez drops the ball. That's going to, of course, make Daniel really happy. So there you go. Just the confidence of Gonzalez will sink even more. After an easy play, he just drops the ball. And, yeah, that is just not helping him out at all. I mean, that's his natural position. So he had it, and then he just... So he had it in his glove. That was not the problem, just the delivery. Wow, he took his eye off the ball. That is huge. So now runners at the corners with one out. Here's the pitch. As that's hit to left, that'll drop in for a base hit. Reynolds throws it in. Tigers 5, and another drop of the ball by York. But Callahan will stay safe at third. So now runners at second and third with one out. So Callahan at third. Clark gets an RBI. I don't know if it's a double. I would probably say it, well, maybe a double. I don't know. Regardless, it is 5-0 Tigers. And that'll bring up Javier Baez. Runners on second and third, one outs. The pitch, and that is a chopper to third. York throws to first for out number 2. Runner has to stay put. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres, 1 for 2 with the walk. That is unbelievable. Definitely unbelievable, but it is what it is. So Torres steps up again. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Matson delivers. That is fouled back. And it's 0-1. Matson at 37 pitches. The delivery, that's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. I did not see the single to left prediction. Sorry there, Trisk. Oh, and 2 count. Matson kicks and fires. That is fouled back. I think that went off the umpire. Davis will take a little bit of a walk out to Matson. Towards Matson, I should say, not to him. Yeah, I saw that, Chris. I think Hollywood got her. Definitely a messed up world. 0-2 count. Matson readies. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. The pitch. That is just outside. I mean, maybe catches the zone, maybe not. Davis does not challenge. 1-2. Pirates again with only 1 challenge. Tigers with both. 1-2. The pitch. Called. Strike 3. He struck him out. Definitely a tough inning for the Pirates defense. Though the defense technically doesn't really cost them a run, but definitely not good by Gonzalez. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Tigers 5, Pirates nothing. Due up for the Pirates will be Jake Mangum, Nick York, and Henry Davis. Just definitely tough. Give me one moment, folks. It is what it is. Hayden was the greatest little football guru. Yes. Yes. I didn't realize that was her, to be honest with you. I saw a compilation of all the stuff that she was. I'm like, oh man, I didn't realize that was her. Yep. Inning mercifully ends. Yes, I know. Yep. We'll just have to see if the Pirates offense can get it going. Again, just definitely a rough stretch for them. Of course, as many of you know, the Pirates 6.5 back. Definitely trending in the wrong direction. As for the Tigers, only a game back. Tigers, again, much better than the record would indicate. Though, of course, I'm sure Tiger fans would probably roll their eyes. But definitely a... Definitely, I don't know. The Pirates definitely need this one more. They definitely do. They can't be losing series anymore. They got to win if they want to have a chance. Chances are very small. 3% chance, by the way, is what ESPN gives them. The Tigers with an 18% chance. I think that's a little bit low myself. But, you know. Not the baseball guy. No, I would agree, right? I would agree with that. I definitely, I think they should have an opener for him. I don't know why they... Yeah, he needs to come in like the 2nd or 3rd inning. I mean, he definitely can't be a starter. He's just not starter material. ¿Qué pasa con los Piratas? No están jugando bien. All right, Jake Mangum at the plate. 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And that is upstairs. Ball 1. Again, Mangum's 0 for 1. Many of the Pirates are. You're either 0 for 1 or 0 for 2. Unless you're Nick Gonzalez and Brandon Lau. Actually, no, Gonzalez is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to Mangum. That's downstairs 2-0. Gonzalez 0 for 1 with a walk. But 2-0 to Mangum, the free swinging Jake Mangum. The 2-0, that's inside 3-0. 88 on the changeup. Little Giants. I don't think I've ever seen that. Gracias de nada. Yeah, no hablo español there. Fabrico. Poquito. Yeah, I can speak Russian, yeah. 100%. 100%. Obviously, I'm kidding. Yeah, never seen Little Giants. But yeah, I do like Remember the Titans. Definitely a great one. The 3-0 taken right down the middle, 3-1. 91 to the sinker. Again, Mangum smoked one out to left center, but a great play by Clark. Nullify that. Again, that was easily going to score a run, at least. Misses high, ball 4. Mangum draws a rare walk. That'll bring up Nick York, 0 for 1 on the night. So go and watch it. Maybe. I don't know. When I'm told to watch something, that's when I tend to not watch something. So just a heads up there. I know it's not a great quality. I'm not saying it is. This is York, the pitch. As York sends this to left field on the run. That's going to drop in for a base hit. And he'll toss it in. Mangum chilling at second, kind of hanging up there a little bit. That's why Mangum not at third. So runners on first and second for the Pirates with nobody out. And that'll bring up Henry Davis. I know he is, of course, many of the chat's favorite players, especially at the plate. Switching out the batteries for the mic, aka the controller. Here's the pitch to Davis as Davis yanks one to left. That one is crushed, but it's foul. Davis, again, all this power, but he always yanks it foul, or he sends it right to an outfielder. Always just so much potential. Just needs to slow it down a little bit, or just he sees it so early. And that's why he's always so early on these swings. Can't tell me. Yeah, that's me, Chris. And I again, it's not a good quality. It's not a good quality. I'm not saying it is. Trisk hated that. Mercer saying pop up, trying to channel Trisk. Trisk knows ball. He doesn't really watch much baseball or football anymore, but he still knows a lot. Usually. 0-1 to Davis, the pitch. Davis with the grounder to short. Possible double play. There's one. Throw to first, and it's off the first baseman's glove. Davis is going to go to second, and Mangum's going to score for the Pirates. The Pirates taking advantage of a rare error. The Tigers actually a pretty good fielding team. So Davis reaches on an error and knocks in Mangum. And yeah, you can hoist the cone. The Pirates back down to 4. 5-1 Detroit. Keith misjudged the pick. So Davis at second with one out. Jared Triolo steps up to the plate. Third time through for the Pirates. Valdez looks back. The pitch. That's downstairs, ball 1. Not a bad couple hitters. Well, okay, Triolo, again, not great, but, much better against lefties, so you're hoping that can pull through here. And, of course, Valdez. The pitch to Triolo. Triolo with the chopper, and that is a foul ball. Yes, Triolo just not the best. But that's why, of course, they do have faith in him whenever he does face a lefty, putting him more up in the order. Whenever he does face a righty, he's usually batting 9th. Unless Davis is playing, then he's 8th. Let's go, and Sam, welcome on in. Here's Here's the 1-1. Triolo hits this right to the shortstop, throws it back to second. He is out! Oh, they doubled him up. You get the double play anyway. The Pirates made challenge. Kelly saying the challenge. So he hits it a screamer right to the shortstop, but he throws it right to second. Davis. Yeah, he's safe. Oh, yeah, that's a horrible call by the umpire. Live, yeah, it was close, but actually, when you slow it down, it's actually, I don't know how you get that wrong if you're right there. So it's a line out for Triolo. Davis will be safe at second, and it'll bring up Valdez. Appreciate you, David, for hanging out. Let's go, Bucks. Tigers defense already knows that they are going back. By the way, Baez is pretty animated talking to Valdez. I don't know if Baez and Valdez are... I mean, Valdez seems pretty chill. Baez seems really riled up about something. I don't know what it is. Both these guys, of course, have had their character issues, so it's interesting to see them interacting. So, yeah, the runner is safe. So the chief umpire gets the call wrong. I guess that sounds about right. And it'll bring up Esmelin Valdez, 0 for 2 on the night. Will he get a hit? He just might. I'll chill out. Valdez looks back at second. Here's the pitch, and that's tapped foul, 0-1. 94 on the sinker. Oh, and 1 to Valdez. Runner on second, 2 outs. Pirates again scoring on an error. Valdez sets, kicks, and delivers way upstairs to Valdez. Again, Valdez versus Valdez here. Framber Valdez has won the first 2 battles with a flyout and a strikeout looking. Have to imagine the Magician will want to win one of these battles. Framber kicks and delivers. That is fouled off his foot. And it's 1-2. Valdez stumbling all over the place on the curveball. One and two. Valdez looks back. He sets. Kicks and fires way up and in. Valdez down to a knee. Way high and in. Again, the Pirates, of course, it feels like they've been plunked so many times. 2-2 to Valdez. Appreciate you, Don, for hanging out from Lipa City, Philippines. Oh, wow. Appreciate you, Don. Here's the 2-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So it looks like Framber Valdez will win the battle against Esmelin Valdez. We go to the top of the 6th. The Pirates do score a run. It's back to a 4-run game here in Pittsburgh. Due up for the Tigers will be Kevin McGonigal, Dylan Dingler, and Colt Keith. All right. We will look at what's happening across Major League Baseball. Is this working, by the way? I'm not too sure. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, making sure. All right, the Rays 7, Orioles 6, Cardinals 4, Reds 4, Phillies leading 4-1 over the Marlins, Mets leading 2-1 over the Padres, Red Sox 7, the Diamondbacks nothing, Royals 5, A's 1, Cubs 2, White Sox nothing, and then that is it. So yeah, as far as results that you'd want to go for the Pirates, right now again the Reds, you need the Reds to win. Right now it's tied. The Phillies are winning. That's not good. The Mets are winning. That is good. And the Red Sox are beating the Diamondbacks. So that's good as well. But, you know, Pirates are not winning, so that's not good. Yeah, not good there, Mercer. Not good at all. Definitely a Tough night for the Pirates offense that has somewhat awakened a little bit as of late. Trying to get back to that early season form. Still not there. Of course, again, you look at the lineup for the Pirates. It's definitely not the lineup that you saw early in the season. Again, not playing tonight, of course. O'Neal Cruz, Connor Griffin, Ryan O'Hearn, Endy Rodriguez, by the way. Of course, he's been out for a little bit. So Horowitz, he's not in the lineup tonight. Of course, that's a lefty out there. He won't be playing against lefties. Tigers are cooking. They are looking pretty good. Tigers, I think, with over 10 hits already. So thank you again for hanging out there, Elia. Appreciate you for hanging out. Patriots over the Cardinals, 7-0. Yep. Right now the Lions somehow have 5 points. The Steelers just tacked on the extra points, but it's not an extra point because there's no other point to add. Lions 5, Steelers 1. How about that? Pirates give you the high blood. The high blood. Interesting there. All right, we're back. Yohan Ramirez delivers a breaking ball right down the middle, 0-1. Valdez. Ramirez back in it. Back on the roster after paternity leave. 0-1 count. Here is the delivery. That's going to be in there, but not called a strike. Davis wants the challenge, does not. 1-1 again. McGonigal was 1 for 3 of the nights with a 2-run home run. One and one. Here is the pitch, and that's a chopper foul. 1-2. I didn't get to see Ramirez's stats, so give me a sec. I mean, I'll still, of course, be calling it. Ramirez, though, honestly, a decent season compared to what we were expecting from him. And a lot of break on his pitches. The 1-2, and that's going to be hit to second. That gets past Gonzalez for a base hit. So a leadoff single for the Tigers. That is McGonigal's second hit of the night, and that'll bring up Dylan Dingler, 1 for 2 with the walk. They're showing a 3-run blast there by Wilson Contreras. He did not hurt the Pirates at all, but hurting the Diamondbacks. Ramirez, by the way, entering tonight with a 2.67 ERA. Here is Dingler, the pitch. That's high, and it almost hits him. Ball 1, 96 on the sinker. On the sinker. Put on your McGonigals. Yeah, McGonigoggles. That's pretty good. One and 0. Ramirez checking on the runner. The pitch. That's inside. 2-0. Definitely would like to see Ramirez with the, him go a few innings here. He's definitely capable, but right now having some trouble. 2-0. The pitch. Oh, and it almost hit him in the back. That gets behind. Of course, the runner will take second. Ramirez clearly wild, to say the least. Three, no count to Dingler. Again, runner on second, nobody out. Ramirez sets, looks back. The pitch. That's in there, and it's 3-1. 96 on the fastball. As long as we give up no more runs and score at least 1.25 runs per inning, we'll be chilling. Exactly. Now, I hear you, Sam. I definitely don't want to pull for the Reds, but, you kind of have to. You got to think the long term, as that's outside. Call to strike. Favorable call for the Pirates. It's 3-2. But no, I hear you. I understand, though. I don't want to be behind the Reds. Especially when they're, again, I mean, we've had some really nice Reds fans, but the last series brought out some negative Reds fans attacking me. I don't understand all that. So that's going to be fouled back, and it's 3-2. Yeah, they're commenting on their old videos, letting me know how the Pirates have stumbled. I'm like, I haven't responded. I don't respond. Pirates, of course, took over the Reds yesterday. So there's that. Kind of annoying, though. But yeah, I definitely... It's because I'm not high on the Reds. I told them, like, I'm just not high on the Reds. The 3-2. That's a ground ball to third. York with it. Throws to first. He is out. Runner stays at second. 1 out. And that'll bring up Colt Keith, who's 1 for 3 on the day. There for the Cardinals. I don't blame you. It's fine. The pitch behind the bat. Yeah, I don't know what the heck. That was crazy. But yeah, it kind of sums things up for tonight. Just not a clean game. Not a clean game for the Pirates. The pitch. And that's down and in. Ball 1. 83 on the sweeper. I don't know if it's because it's a national game, but they have not played well. I don't know. I don't know if the lights are just too bright. 1-0 count. Ramirez sets. Rocks and fires. That's away. 2-0. Again, the Pirates 29-44 during nighttime. It's actually unbelievable. The Pirates have the best record during the day. They are the best team in baseball when the sun is out. When the sun is shining, they're great. When they're not, when the sun is dipping down, when it starts in the evening, they are the worst. 2-0 to Keith. The pitch. That's upstairs. Called a strike. It's 2-1. Cruz, I mean, he's technically on the roster tonight. I imagine he'll start tomorrow. That is my guess. I mean, he could pinch hit later. It wouldn't surprise me if he came in later to face a righty. The pitch. Keith fouls it back. 2-2. Maybe the lights are too bright. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Two and 2 to Keith. Trying to lean up here. Ramirez kicks and delivers. That's tapped foul. And it's still 2-2. Channeling Pedro Alvarez. I guess so. I don't know. I don't know the splits on Pedro. I'm assuming he was just really good during the day. That is my guess. 2-2 to Keith. The pitch. That is once again fouled back. Again, the Tigers, they are just fouling everything off. It's actually unbelievable. Ramirez looks back. The pitch. That's inside 3-2. After all that, we're still on the same guy with Keith. 3-2 counts. Yeah, I hear you, Nate. That's what I think will probably happen. Here's the 3-2. That is once again fouled back. Definitely have had to clear my throat a lot tonight. It's crazy. Yeah, Cruz is actually not that good as a pinch hitter. He was struggling in the rehab assignment games. Didn't really do that well. Very disappointing. The 3-2, and you'll never guess, it's another foul ball. Jeez, Ramirez already had 20 pitches, and he's only gotten 1 out. Weaver will be back next year. Weaver's Has another year remaining on his contract. The pitch. That's high and in, ball 4. So after all that, Keith will trot down to first. Now that'll bring up Zach McKinstry, 2 for 3, and has an RBI. So runners on first and second for the Tigers with 1 out. McKinstry steps up to the plate. Ramirez, he sets. Kicks and delivers back to him with the breaking ball. Strike 183 on the sweeper. Double play. Yeah, potentially. We'll see. 0-1 count. Ramirez kicks and delivers. That's inside. And Davis pump fakes. Ramirez goes straight to the ground. Again, Davis has a rocket attached to his right shoulder. Davis leading the league in throw-out percentage by 10%. Davis entering today, 48%. Next closest at 38%. That's off the plate, 2-1. Again, his defense, that stat alone has put him in Gold Glove conversation. It is not, I'm not even kidding. That's actually a thing. Pretty wild to think about. Two and 1, the pitch. And that is fouled back. I think it hit the umpire. Umpire, again, just taking it like a champ. 2-2. Cruz also nerve-wracking on defense. Yeah, it'll be very interesting what they decide to do. Two and 2 to Zach McKinstry. Just a long half inning here. 25 pitches, only 1 out. That's in the dirt. 3-2. Davis keeping it in front of him. Let's go, Jose. Let's go, Bucks. We need this. Don't make me look bad in Texas with Rangers fans. I believe that's what matters. I want Tiger soup by Wednesday. This guy. Appreciate you, Jose. Yeah. Tigers fans, I don't know. Haven't really interacted with many tonight. Or pardon me, Rangers. Rangers fans, yeah. I interact with them almost every day. The 3-2 as McKinstry sends this to right. That ball is foul. Yeah, as far as Tigers, yeah, I haven't really talked to many Tigers fans. I don't think anyone's checked in as a Tiger fan. I listen to Taylor Swift, really? No, I do not. Anyway, the 3-2. That's spiked in the dirt. Ball 4. Davis had to do a lot of, I don't know what's going on there. Regardless, it's another walk. And that'll bring up Hao-Yu Lee, 2 for 2 with the walk. Let's go, Bucks. Appreciate you, DZ. Swayzer. I'm assuming D is Detroit. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Swayzer, for hanging out. I know there were some Lions fans on the channel. I don't know if that meant that they would be Tigers fans as well. Rangers still have a team. The Rangers, I think, are only game back of the wild card spot. Like many of the AL teams, again, we'll look at it. Rangers very much in it. That's that AL that Orville talks very highly of, despite only having 5 teams above 500. Then again, I do think the Tigers will be very much a big threat for that 6th spot. So that'll be very interesting. So bases are loaded for the visiting Tigers. 1 out. Hao-Yu Lee at the plate. Ramirez readies and delivers. That's downstairs, ball 1. Ramirez, definitely a rough return. from his brief away, him being away from the team for a little bit. 1-0. The pitch. That's upstairs 2-0. He's in danger of walking home a run, that would end the Pirates' nights, but it would definitely put a huge dent in any momentum that they may have had. And their chances of coming back to 2-0. Big swing and a miss by Lee. I don't know what he was trying to do there. He was trying to make this 9-1. But it's 2-1. The 2-1. That's downstairs 3-1. 3-1 to Lee. Again, he just cannot hit the strike zone. That is pretty bizarre. Three and one. He sets, he fires. That is fouled back. That was in the strike zone. And it's 3-2, 96. AL wins it all this year. That is... yeah, I don't think so. Don't think so. That would be pretty shocking. Three and 2 to Lee. The pitch. That's downstairs, ball 4. That is the third straight walk for Ramirez. And he's walked home a run. The Tigers lead 6-1 over the Pirates. And Kelly is standing there. He's frozen. He hasn't moved in 40 minutes. Apparently, Randall Grichuk with a 3-run blast as the White Sox lead 3-2 over the Cubs. That'll bring up Brett Callahan, the pitch. That's fouled off his foot, 0-1. Let's go, Daniel. Welcome on in. Tampa Bay represents the AL. They could. That'd be interesting. 0-1 counts to Callahan. The pitch. That's in the dirt, 1-1. A base hit here. Not going to say ends the game, but it would definitely... I don't know. That would end pretty much all the... Yeah. Pretty wild. Game is very frustrating. Pirates are like zombies again. What the heck? Yeah, I know. Definitely a tough night for the Pirates. The 1-1. That is fouled back. It's 1-2. 96 on the sinker. And Callahan, one of the few Tigers to not get on base tonight. Or I should say, not get a hit. He reached on an error. This is classic stuff. It's definitely crazy. 1-2. The pitch. And that's sent to center field. Mangum is going to have to play it off the hop. That is a base hit. Throws to third. And that'll score a run. Actually, they score 2. A 2-run RBI single. And Brett Callahan gets his first hits as Kelly is still in the same position they showed him about a few minutes ago. And that'll bring up Max Clark, who's 2 for 3 on the night. So runners on first and second, 1 out. Ramirez delivers. That's in there, 0-1. 97 on the fastball to Max Clark. Definitely Ramirez. Just horrible. There's no other word for it. 0-1 the pitch, as that is skied to right. Valdez comes on in. He makes the catch. Throws to third. The Tigers will not tag up. 2 outs. That'll bring up Javi Baez, 0 for 3 on the night. Pirates do give up a few more runs. They don't have their Callahan. Yeah, they don't. Callahan was the GOAT. Best pitcher on the team. They had a bullpen game yesterday. They did. Definitely a tough one. The pitch. Breaking ball at the knees. 0-1 to Baez. Baez, by the way, the last Tiger to not get a hit. He'll look to change it up. 0-1 to Baez. Ramirez kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. This game's already 2 hours long. Ramirez looks back at second. The pitch. That's going to be tapped foul. And it's 0-2. By the way, 43 pitches for Ramirez in this inning. This is like 2 or 3 innings of work. If you're facing the Pirates, about 4 innings of work. Oh, and 2. The pitch. That's a grounder to third. York with it. He'll toss it over to first. That is the end of the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers 8, Pirates 1. 2 up for the Pirates will be Brian Reynolds, Nick Gonzalez, and Brandon Lau. Definitely no bueno for the Pirates. Make sure again to leave a like. Make sure to sub to the channel. It is free. We're at 155 likes. Thank you for that. We just got it in time before the Pirates collapsed. So that means the streak will indeed continue. That's always good to see. But yeah, thank you guys for that. I do appreciate it. We'll check out scores because that was such a long half inning. All right, the Cardinals lead 5-4 over the Reds. Mets leading 2-1 over the Padres. The Phillies lead 4-3 over the Marlins. I mean, if the Marlins can come back and the Mets hold on, it would cancel out the Pirates' loss. Obviously, yes, the Pirates need to make up ground, but if you are still 6.5 back, it is essentially like everybody won that currently holds a playoff spot and the Pirates. So that's the one thing you can hope for, is that, you know, the Marlins can come back and the Mets hold on, right? I think that's what it is, right? Yeah. So that is the one thing. Anyway, the Royals 6, A's 2, White Sox leading 3-2 over the Cubs, Dodgers leading 1-0 over the Rockies. The Twins lead 4-0 over the Braves. Final scores from earlier: the Rays over the Orioles 7-6. And the Cardinals took game 1 of the doubleheader today 2-1. That inning is also on Kelly. What do you do? I don't know what he was doing. He was kind of just standing there. I think he was just intimidated. Understand why Doc goes to the woods. I mean, honestly, I haven't went to the woods at all, by the way. It's kind of just a thing we say. You know. But yeah, I haven't really felt that way in quite some time, to be honest with you. Like, I guess inside, deep down, I've accepted the Pirates' fate. But, however, I mean, I still can't say they're eliminated, because they're not eliminated. But I mean, if they win the next 2, I mean, it's all right. But yeah, you definitely want to win game 1 to give yourself a chance to take 2. Because that is definitely a tough ask to come back and take the last 2 games when you lose the first one, especially in this fashion. But of course, still plenty of baseball left. 12 outs remaining for the Pirates. Pirates just need a run per out, and they will have plenty of cushion. Reynolds 0 for 2 on the night, 0-1 counts. Valdez, by the way, at 67 pitches. My hair is doing, I don't know, it's making me look more bald than I actually am. Not bald. It's foul back 0-2. Chances of a Chicago World Series. I mean, it's there. It's definitely there. The White Sox seem to be a pretty good team. The Cubs, again, I think highly of the Cubs. I really do. 0-2 count, the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Reynolds apparently 0 for 11 in his career against Valdez. Not a good matchup. As that'll bring up Nick Gonzalez 0 for 1 and walked earlier tonight. Here is the pitch to Gonzalez, as that's going to be a fly ball to right. Backing up at the track, and that is going to be off the Clemente wall. It scrambles into right center. Gonzalez going to stay at second. I don't know. I thought he could have made it to third, but we'll take the double. And that'll bring up Brandon Lau, 2 for 2 on the night. Skeens pitches on Wednesday. They got to play Seattle. Seattle? Who's Seattle? Talking about Chicago? Their tech? Here's the pitch. That's off the plate. Ball 1. 1-0. 89 on the changeup. Valdez readies and delivers. That's off the plate. 2-0. 86 on the slider. Oh, I hear you, Fear the Beard. I hear you. Trust me, I know. 2-0 counts. Valdez sets, kicks, and delivers. That's off the plate, but it's called a strike. Friendly call for the Tigers, 2-1. Gonzalez taking his lead. Pirates fans trying to rally behind Lau. The pitch. That's a tapper. Up the middle. Baez with it, throws to first, round number 2. Gonzalez moves to third. So a productive out. As that'll bring up Rafael Flores, who was 0 for 2. Got a challenge. I mean, I guess down by 7. It doesn't really matter. Seems to finish top 3 in runs after finishing last in the previous season. Apparently, the Pirates haven't done that since 1915. So that's in their 0-1. Or maybe that wasn't just a Pirates graphic, the entire graphic. And the Pirates, for all their struggles offensively, still 3rd most runs. Again, the injuries and all that, of course, contributed. But definitely would like to see them capture that early season form, as that misses upstairs. It's 1-1. Just want the bleeding to stop. Yep. 1-1 counts. The pitch. Breaking ball inside, called a strike. Umpire now going all over the place as it's 1-2 to Flores. 20 wins will get him to 500. Yeah, 20, what do they have to be? 20 and 16? That's definitely doable. Of course, after tonight, probably 20 and 15 will be the record they would have to make happen. 1-2 to Flores. Valdez sets and delivers. That's high and in. 2-2. 95 on the fastball. They start bunting and put a position player. Yep. Hey, the Pirates just bunt everything. Or are you talking about the Tigers? Tigers just bunt everything with a position player. That would be pretty crazy to see, by the way. That's downstairs 3-2. Imagine a position player and the other team is trying to bunt. Like, that would be pretty wild. Like, I imagine the ball won't go anywhere. Or am I tripping? Maybe it would go. I don't know. 3-2 counts. The pitch. That's an appeal down to first on the check swing. Did not go. It's a walk. So Flores walks. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. That'll bring up Jake Mangum 0 for 1 with the walk. So, I mean, it's a guy that you kind of want up there, as he'll probably put the ball in play. They are showing a Dane Myers blast to tie the game at the bottom of the ninth. They are going extras over there, folks. 5-5 in Cincinnati. Looks like it's a mound visit for the Tigers. We're going to check out Valdez. Just tired of the starting pitchers giving up 5 to 7 runs to the bullpen, doing well. The starting pitchers giving up 0 to 3 runs to the bullpen, giving 4 to 5, or both giving up 3 to 5 with no run supports. Yeah, that sounds. Yep. That's definitely been the case, especially as of late. Definitely. With this year's entries, 500 would be a 1. Yep. Let's go. Home run, Mangum. Yeah, Mangum again hit a really nice ball to left center. A great catch by Clark. Kept a run from scoring easily. Would have scored a run. They're showing the NL wildcard again. The Pirates 6.5 back. And it's still technically doable. The Pirates were given a 3% chance to make the playoffs as of the beginning of the day. The Tigers 18%. That's inside ball 1. 95 on the sinker. Valdez at 81 pitches. You have to imagine he'll go at least one more. One and 0 to Mangum. Valdez sets. The pitch. And that's upstairs 2-0. Ty Madden, a reliever, warming up for the Tigers, so he might come out in the 7th. Well, I understand that, Fear the Beard, but it does feel like the Pirates have been really hit. I don't know. I'd be interested to see where the Pirates would rank as far as days missed. I bet it's top 5. I mean, there's no way they're not. That's in their 2-1 to Mangum. Runner on first and third, 2 outs. The pitch, that's inside, 3-1. On deck is Nick York, 1 for 2 on the night. Just in case Mangum does draw a very rare walk, which he's already drawn a walk tonight. 3-1. Valdez kicks and delivers. That's taken. 3-2, 93 on the sinker. Acceptable for the Pirates. Yep. 3-2. Mangum does ask for time. It's going Angel. Can you do one more run? I think they can. Are you talking about just either team? Probably. I do not think 8-1 will be the final score. 3-2. Valdez sets. The pitch. That is outside ball 4. The bases are loaded. I mean, if the Pirates are going to get themselves back into this ball game, a base hit here would do wonders for that. You need it now, or it's not happening. Kyle Finnegan now warming up for the Tigers. 2 righties. I imagine they're going to leave Valdez in for Nick York. 1 for 2 on the night. We'll see what happens here. Again, Angel needs a run. The Pirates need a run. That's a swing and a miss, strike 1. 95 on the sinker. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Oh and 1. The pitch, and that's a breaking ball down and in. 1-1. Next man needs to step up and play ball. See there, I mean, I get it, obviously, right? Standard is standard. By the way, I hate that phrase. But you're asking AAA players to play like MLB. I mean, just think about that for a sec. That's what you're asking. That just, I mean, realistically, everyone's like, oh, this guy needs to be sent down. Well, that's essentially what the Pirates have been having up at the plates with all the injuries. A bunch of AAA guys. And luckily, we've seen them play very well at times, but eventually the law of averages it's gonna come back and bite them. I mean, Nick York, again, just a AAA guy. 2-1. Here's the pitch, and that misses high. 3-1. You have to imagine York is taking all the way here. Let's go, Jay. Welcome on in. How to get your wife to the airport? No problem. Yeah, I didn't miss much. Did not. 3-1 counts. Umpire clearing the plate. 3-1 to York. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs. Yeah, Jamel. Oh, that's fair. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, you continue. No, you seem like a great guy, so you're good. I don't know why I'm pushing back, to be honest. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be hit to left. That is a fair ball down the third base line. That'll score 1. That'll probably score 2. It does. It is 8-3. Oh, did that score 3? It did. Look at that. The Pirates just scored 3. It is now 8-4. You're back to 4. You're back to a 4-run deficit, which has been kind of the entire thing tonight. So it's 8-4, a 3 RBI single for Nick York, who now has 6 RBIs in his last 2 days. Taking a sinker in and sending it down the left field line, scoring all 3. Mangum was, yeah, that's right, Mangum can move, of course. And Framber Valdez, who honestly had a pretty good night, the 6th inning will kick him out. 5 2/3, 4 earned, responsible for the guy at second. So a 3 RBI double for York. And the Tigers go to the pen. Angel gets it. There you go. You got some cones. So the over hits. I'm assuming that's what you had. If you win this game, no, you're good. You're good. You don't even have to take it back. I understand your frustrations. You're good. I understand your frustrations. I don't agree, but I definitely understand. EK will send out a pitcher and give up a couple runs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think we already gave up a lot. I don't think we need to give up any more. I know you're tired of. I say this way too many times, but the law of averages says we've already allowed enough. We're not going to allow any more, but we probably will. We probably will. So a pitching change in Pittsburgh. The Tigers go to the pen. Again, Valdez, a pretty good night until the 6th inning. This all of a sudden started issuing free passes, trying to channel his Johan Ramirez. I guess he was really inspired with what Johan had did and doing a really good impersonation of it. So there you go. Just popped in. Appreciate you, Leo. Yeah, good time to pop in. This could be a good dessert. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We still have a lot of baseball left. The Pirates need to really get it going. Would be nice though if they. I mean, if they come back. I mean, that's a pretty cool win. But again, still a lot of stuff has to happen for that to happen. I mean, that's just the reality of it. So again, the Tigers putting in a righty. We may see Cruz. I don't know. It would be interesting. Triolo. If Davis is somehow able to get on, we might see Triolo pinch hit for Cruz. Cruz might play short. Wouldn't that be wild? He goes back to his shortstop. Here's the pitch, and that's at the knees, strike 1. Again, of course, a lot of stuff has to happen. Davis has to get on. Davis, of course, 0 for 2 on the night. McGonigal on the mound. Oh, pardon me, Finnegan on the mound for the Tigers. 3.38. That's a big swing and a miss by Davis. Strike 2. Finnegan a 3.38 ERA. Pretty solid reliever. Thank you again for the sub. I do appreciate it. 0-2 counts. Finnegan looks back at second. Looks back again. The pitch. That's a chopper, but that's also a foul ball. It's 0-2. Valdez is not happy. He looks pretty upset. He's staring down the camera. I don't think he's going to. I mean, he's really staring at the camera, and he looks away. You're not going to. He's looking back at it. He's looking back again. Now he looks down. He's not a happy guy. 0-2 to Davis. Finnegan delivers. Almost hits Davis. Ball 1. York taking his lead at second. Finnegan sets. The pitch. Davis pops it up. That's going to be a foul ball. Extra innings. Yeah, it's been a while for the Pirates. The Pirates are not good in extras at all. Kramer looks like he's about to go to war. Yeah, and honestly, that's what you... Yeah, that's the still shot you send, you know, on your propaganda. 1-2 to Davis. The pitch. That's hit. Up the middle. That's a base hit. And it looks like York will indeed score. It is a RBI single for Henry Davis. A great effort by Hao Yu Lee. Diving effort, could not make the catch. Clark just had to eat it. That's all he could do. RBI single. The Pirates are down a field goal. It is 8-5. Hoist. Look how that was just smoked. That'll work. So the Pirates have scored 4 runs. And that'll bring up Jared Triolo again. I mean, is this where you pinch hit Triolo for Cruz? I am very curious on what they decide to do. I imagine they're going to keep Triolo out there because no mention of Cruz has been brought up at all. So, yeah, Valdez now 5 earned after a pretty great night. The 6th inning just does it in on him. I mean, you got to feel bad for him. So it's not going to be Cruz. It'll be Jacob Gonzalez. Here's the pitch. That's inside, ball 1. Gonzalez, of course, a much better guy against righties, not good against lefties at all. OPS of 682. He's got 6 homers on the season. 1-0. Finnegan readies. The pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. 86 on the splitter. Just imagine they had consistent pitching. I know. That's been problem number 1 the entire year. The 1-1. That's taken inside. Ball 2. 97 on the fastball. The Team Ireland. Yeah, we need to get Ireland in the World Baseball Classic. You'll just have the Tigers out there. 2-1. Finnegan kicks and delivers. That's inside. 3-1 to Jacob Gonzalez. Definitely a much more interesting game. The 3-1. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 96. Top part of the zone. Pirates were 3 for 18. First 5 innings. This inning, 3 for 5. They've already matched the amount of hits they had this inning than they had the entire game entering it. 3-2 to Gonzalez. The pitch. As Gonzalez pops it up, that's going to go back, and that is a foul ball. Who will DK send out top of the 7th? I don't know. That is a good question. Valdez is up next. He is not at the plate at the moment. 3-2. Finnegan sets. Kicks and delivers. That is tapped foul. That was going to be inside, but Gonzalez protecting. Still 3-2. Davis was on the run. 3-2. Jeez, my voice. It's over. 3-2 count. The pitch. Gonzalez once again fouls it back. The Pirates. Hey, now they're kind of working some pitch counts of their own. It's been all Tigers tonight doing that. I mean, it's really been impressive how the Tigers have been seeing the ball. Pirates seeing it much better here in the 6th. Only the 6th inning. I know, it's insane. It's a long game. 9th pitch of the at-bats. Finnegan readies. Kicks and delivers. Gonzalez pops it up. Shallow left. And it looks like that is called off by Callahan for out number 3. But the Pirates, hey, they put up 4 runs in the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Not over yet. Tigers 8, Pirates 5. Due up for the Tigers will be the top of the order. Gleyber Torres, Kevin McGonigal, and Dylan Dingler. All right, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Appreciate you. Orioles Birdwatcher, if you send a redirect, I apologize. Did not see that. Regardless, folks, make sure to check out Orioles Birdwatcher for all your Orioles and baseball needs, folks. Big friend of the channel. I'm subscribed to him. You should be as well. So click on his name or, of course, search up Orioles Birdwatcher on YouTube. Subscribe. He's got over 5,000 subs. I think 5,500, something like that. Make sure to sub to him. It is free to subscribe. Appreciate you. We talk baseball sometimes. Yeah, we do. Sometimes. And again, baseball not my number one, but BW sure loves his baseball, loves his Orioles. Good inning, but need a shutdown. Yeah, need a shutdown inning for sure. Definitely a good inning, though. Definitely need a... Hopefully that can carry over. All right, Phillies 5, Marlins 4, Red Sox 11, Diamondbacks 1. The Royals leading 6-4 over the A's. Cubs leading 4-3 over the White Sox. The Twins 4, Braves nothing. Dodgers 5, Rockies nothing. Final scores from earlier. The Rays over BW's Orioles 7-6. Mets did beat the Padres 2-1, so that result did go in our favor. The Cardinals leading, or pardon me, they split the doubleheader with the Reds 2-1 and 6-5. So the Reds did win. So the Reds, now that they've won, they are now 7 back. And I want to say if the Pirates, so the Reds are 60 and 65. If the Pirates lose, they'll be 61 and 66. I still think the Pirates would technically be ahead because they're closer to 500. So yeah, you're still not going to be in last. So there's that. But yeah, of course, the Pirates would like to definitely come back and win. Yes, I know. I'm trying to. Yeah, I get it. BW. Yes, I know. Call on the Friday. Yes, I am, Jay. I'll be here. I believe it's the Jets and the Steelers. Thumbnail's already up. It's already made. Ready for Friday night football, featuring, of course, the Steelers. I am an NFL guy. Definitely a football guy. Again, cover a lot of the NFL. So if you love the NFL, make sure to sub to the channel. It's not just a Steelers channel. I want to emphasize that. It is a football channel. I cover every Steeler game, but we cover 5 games a week. And the Steelers do not play 5 games a week. They just play 1. All right, Yates is on the mound for the Pirates, 3.71 ERA. Misses upstairs, ball 1 to Torres. Here is the 1-0, and that's popped up. Davis looks back. Davis is under it, backing up, and he makes the catch. That is outs number 1. All right, that'll bring up Kevin McGonigal, 2 for 4 on the night. Had a 2-run home run in his second at-bat. All right, McGonigal at the plate. Yates readies. He's rocking. He delivers. That's upstairs, ball 1. Yates kind of never really comes set. So if you ever hear me say he sets, I'm lying. I'm just going through the motions. So just letting you know, you can call me out on that. But he never really sets. He's always moving, and I kind of like it. It's pretty cool. 1-0, Yates delivers. And that's off the plate, 2-0. 91 on the fastball. Davis is having himself a game. Yeah, honestly. He's, I don't know. If he can just figure out the bat, man. Even just become an average catching hitter. So that's going to be a fly ball to center. Mangum's under it and makes the catch. 2 outs. I mean, even if he just bats 200, I think that's such a massive improvement. I know, obviously, we want more, but let's just take the baby steps and go from there. All right, 2 outs in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Dylan Dingler, 1 for 3 with the walk. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Steeler version of Tom Gross. I don't know about all that. I think he does more chaotic good, but I appreciate it. Here's the pitch. That's in there 0-1. Doc only covers other teams to scout the competition. There you go. Secret is out. In theory, that would be a balk. I don't know. I like what he's doing. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Here's the 0-1 to Dingler. That's dinged foul, and it's 0-2. 85 on the splitter. Yeah, go Pack, go. Definitely, again, a lot of Packers, Brewers fans on the channel. Definitely will always appreciate the Brewers. I know that doesn't make the Pirate fans here happy, but the Brewer fans are really the second fan base to rally behind the channel last year. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. That was pretty quick. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Tigers 8, Pirates 5. I mean, that's what you want. If you want to keep this momentum that they had at the plate, send them back up there. Due up for the Pirates will be Esmeralyn Valdez, Brian Reynolds, and Nick Gonzalez. He's batting better than Cal Raleigh. Yeah, that is true. Cal Raleigh, what a disappointment. What a disappointing year. They're great at math. Yeah, Triska's a math teacher. He is pretty smart. Chris is a cool Brewers fan. Yep, Chris is goated. Chris is goated. Let's go Pirates. Yeah, hey, there's a chance. There's a chance. All right, again, thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure, again, to leave a like. Make sure to sub to the channel. It is free. We did get some subs there. I do appreciate that. We're up to 805. Of course, again, I'll be back tomorrow, 6:40 Eastern, 5:40 Central, for Game 2 of the series between the Tigers and the Pirates. I'll be here, so there is that. And, of course, Wednesday, we have the Tigers-Pirates series finale. That's in the afternoon. Later that night, we will have Mariners and the Brewers. Thursday still up in the air. Friday, of course, Steelers, Jets. We'll see if I cover the Pirates, Dodgers. I may not. I'm not going to really promote it. I don't have it up yet because I don't really know. But we shall see. It will just kind of depend how I feel after the Steelers game. But I'd like to, though. If they win, that's going to be a great stream. But if they lose, then it'd be a bummer, of course. So I don't know. Somos los Piratas, sí. Tigers not good with closing pitchers. I don't know. Now that you said that, I feel like they're about to shut down the Pirates. So I don't know. Man, I don't know what to say now. All right, it'll be Esmeralyn Valdez leading off the bottom of the 7th. 0 for 3 on the night. We'll see if they keep out Finnegan. Or keep Finnegan out there. Haven't been watching any of the Little League World Series. I don't know how teams are doing. All right, Finnegan is out there to start the bottom of the 7th. The pitch. That's a ground ball to short. And he just took his eye off the ball. And Valdez will be safe at first. Maez was so nonchalant about it. And that is another error. Again, the Tigers really good at fielding. A .988 fielding percentage coming in. I believe that was top 5 in all of baseball. So Valdez will reach on an error. I mean, that is... Wow, that's crazy, but it'll work. And that'll bring up Brian Reynolds 0 for 3 on the night. Skeens is Wednesday, yes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to B-Ray, batting from the left side for the first time tonight. The Pirates did not play Thursday. They are off. Oh, and 1 to Reynolds. Finnegan readies. Kicks and delivers. That's off the plates. 88 on the splitter to Reynolds. You're an A's fan. Oh, yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, the A's fans have had it rough, especially if you lived in the area of Oakland. That is brutal. 1-1 to Reynolds. The pitch. That's in the dirt, blocked by Dingler. It's 2-1. Tide might be turning again. Still plenty of time left, but yes, would love to see it. Worst record when leading in the 7th inning or later, the Tigers 57-18. Apparently that's... Wow. That's actually not that great when you think about it. 2-1 to Reynolds, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider down and in, 2-2. Reynolds looking for his first hit of the night. Wouldn't be a very nice time to have it happen. Finnegan kicks and delivers as Reynolds fouls it back. Still 2-2 to B-Ray. Brian Reynolds. I'd like to see him get back to his, channel his June form. 2-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Slider down and in. And that'll bring up Nick Gonzalez. 1 for 3. No, 1 for 2 on the night. Has a double and walked. This game is not over. Yep. Pirates cannot lose on Thursday. That is true. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez. That's in the dirt. Ball 1. 87 on the slider. Yeah, I think I forgot to do the strikeout sound there for the Pirates. One and 1-0 to Gonzalez. Finnegan readies and delivers. That's taken high and in, 2-0, 87 on the splitter. Most multi-hit games is Nick Gonzalez. Gonzalez alone at the top, 48 games this year. No one has more. The 2-0 to Gonzalez. And that is fouled off his ankle. And it's 2-1. Gonzalez hobbling everywhere. Used to go to A's games after school, $2 a ticket. Oh, man. Yeah, that's... Yeah, Oakland. Yeah, I miss the Oakland Raiders. I mean, that's a shame. It really is. I'm not really an NBA guy. I guess Golden State was the team there, but yeah. Definitely miss seeing the Raiders in Oakland. I just feel like that makes sense. Las Vegas is, I don't know. I just think that they're soft. When they're in Oakland, they might not have been that great. I think of just a tougher team. 2-1 count to Gonzalez. The pitch. That's up and away, 3-1. Good eye by Gonzalez. 97 on the fastball. Sinbin is streaming. Yeah, Sinbin, he went live earlier. I don't know what he's doing tonight. Yeah, Sinbin's still around. 3-1 to I can't speak. 3-1 to Gonzalez. That is downstairs, ball 4. So Gonzalez works another walk. Runners on first and second for the Pirates. And that'll bring up Brandon Lau, who's 2 for 3 on the nights. Got a game day update. It is the Dodgers, of course. Yeah, we got to show the Dodgers. Dodgers leading 5-1 over the Rockies. Max Muncy's 25th homer of the season. And it looks like the Tigers are going to take out Finnegan. We'll see what they decide to do. It looks like the Tigers are going to the pen. They've seen enough of Finnegan. So a pitching change in Pittsburgh. Detroit go to the pen once again. Rocky Blyer away for 200. Yeah, we're almost. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty good. We're almost at 200 likes. Appreciate you guys. Make sure again to leave a like. Make sure to sub to the channel. It is free. It is free. Trying to get to 200 likes, of course. Likes just push out the stream to more Pirate fans, Tiger fans, baseball fans, just sports fans in general. So make sure to hit that like button. It is, again, free to do. Let's keep it going, Nick. Yep. Lau can take it to Home Depot. It'd be nice. Low. Yeah, this guy. But it's Lau. But yeah, I hear you. Pretty good there, Trisk. Pretty good. Yeah, definitely not the same. I hear you. We have to show the Dodgers. It's ESPN. You know they're going to show. Any national media will try to show the Dodgers. How about a Lau Pal? It'd be nice. Left-handed pitcher. Yeah, I don't know what Summers. I'm assuming he throws lefty. That looks like a lefty to me. Again, the Pirates kind of figured out Valdez in the 6th. Of course, he's a lefty, so maybe they can keep it going. But yeah, I imagine they brought Summers in just for Lau. Lau, of course, again, has actually been pretty good tonight against the lefty, but you know, historically not the case. All right, we are back. Sommers on the mound. He pitches. That's down and away. Ball 1. Dingler with a nice snag. 1-0. Sommers, 3.68 ERA. Strikes out 35% of the batters he faces. That's pretty good. Jeez, 1-0. Sommers readies. Kicks and delivers. That's inside. 2-0. 94 in the sinker. If you're just tuning in, the game-tying run is at the plate. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Sommers kicks and delivers. That's right down the middle, 2-1. 95 on the sinker. You ever been to Lowe's movie theater? I have not. I did not know that was a thing. 2-1. Sommers looking back at Valdez. The pitch as Lau fouls it back. And it's 2-2. Lau, of course, when he gets the 2 strikes against the lefty, he is very, very much susceptible to the breaking ball down and away. 2-2. Sommers looks back, kicks, and delivers. That's a tapper. And it's also a foul ball. It's a breaking ball down and away. Stayed in the strike zone, though. That's the only way Lau hit it. Pirates only won 7+ run comeback win in the last 25 years. That was September 23rd, 2023 at Cincinnati. That was a season where they would finish 76-86. 2-2 the pitch, and that's a fastball outside. 3-2. Lau works it full. On deck for the Pirates is Rafael Flores, 0 for 2 at the walk. 3-2 to Brandon Lau. The pitch, that's a tapper. That is going to be to second. He's just going to throw it to first. Gets the sure out. Runners advance to scoring positions. That'll bring up Rafael Flores, 0 for 2 at the walk. But yeah, Mon Green was pretty good, Chris. Really good. All right, we'll see what the young rookie can do. Flores steps in. Sommers sets. Kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Slider down and in. Strike 1. Flores in swing mode. Oh and 1. Sommers sets, kicks, and delivers. That's high and in. Ball 1, 96 on the 4-seam fastball. Gotta walk him. I don't know. I think they'd rather face Flores than Mangum, to be honest. But we'll see. 1-1 to Flores. Sommers kicks and delivers as Flores fouls it back. 1-2 to Rafael Flores. The flower power, nice. It's going, Christopher. Welcome on in. 1-2. Valdez taking his lead at third. Sommers delivers. That's taken outside, 2-2. 96 on the sinker. Sommers with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Sommers able to keep the Pirates at bay. We go to the top of the 8th. Tigers 8, Pirates 5. Due up for the Tigers will be Colt Keith, Zach McKinstry, and Hao Yu Lee. Appreciate you, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Hopefully you have a good night as well. Blessed night. Thank you very much. Yeah, definitely a bummer. Definitely a bummer. All right, in the top of the 9th, the Red Sox leading 11-1 over the Diamondbacks. The Royals lead 7-4 over the A's. Cubs 4, White Sox 3. Twins 4, Braves 2. The Dodgers leading 5-1 over the Rockies. All right, so the Phillies did defeat the Marlins 6-5. So that is not good. However, some good news did come of this. The Padres did lose to the Mets. What does that mean? Well, that means if the Pirates do lose, they will not move back. They will stay at 6.5. So that is something. So there you go. But yes, if they were to win, though, they would move to 5.5 back. It would be a huge, huge jump for the Pirates. I know it's only one game, but it really would be huge. All right, again, the Cardinals and the Reds split their series. So the Pirates, again, will stay in front of the Reds regardless of the outcome tonight. And again, it does look like the Red Sox, 11-1. The Diamondbacks definitely not going to come back from that. That would be pretty crazy if that were to happen. Play to win the game. Big Ben likes away. Thank you very much. 7 likes away from 200. Trying to get to 200. Appreciate it. Folks, make sure also to sub to the channel. It is free. Just crossed to 10,800 tonight. Trying to grow the channel even more. Trying to get to 11,000 by the time this hits 0. That is the amount of days until the NFL kickoff. It is a football channel. So, folks, if you're an NFL fan, make sure to sub to the channel. It is free. All right. Colt Keith will be at the plate. He's 1 for 3 at the walk tonight. Singled in his first appearance. Later would score. Here's the pitch as Soto delivers a strike. 0-1. Yes, you heard it correctly. Gregory Soto out there for the 8th. Soto with the 3.66 ERA. Numbers again misleading. Just have to make that clear. That's outside, called a strike. Keith did not like it, but he did not challenge. 0-2. Looks like that is not Keith. That's actually a pinch hitter. It's Spencer Torkelson. Torkelson with 20 homers. The pitch. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Torkelson goes down. And then I'll bring up Zach McKinstry, who's 2 for 3 at the walk. That's why every game counts, especially down the stretch. 5.5 to 6.5. Yes, I completely agree. It is definitely huge. Definitely huge. Thank you for the sub. I do appreciate that. Soto sets as he faces McKinstry. The pitch. That's going to be hit to left. That'll drop in. That is a base hit. So McKinstry, apparently not good against lefties, gets a base hit off Soto. And that'll bring up Hao Yu Lee, who is 2 for 2 with an RBI and 2 walks. So Lee has been on base every single time tonight. Man, I am really struggling. I guess it's past my bedtime or something. Jeez, The pitch. That's a slider inside, ball 1. 84 on the slider. Hao Yu Lee is showing us how you do it. 2 singles, 2 walks. Runner on first, 1 out. 1-0 the pitch. That's a chopper. Back to, well, no, that's going to be a miscommunication with Gonzalez and Soto. Gonzalez looked like he thought Soto was going to get it. Soto leapt for it. Oh, that is a bummer. That's going to be a single. Oh, my goodness. Soto. Man. Yeah, that is a bummer. That's a miscue there for the Pirates. So runners on first and second. That'll bring up Brett Callahan, who's 1 for 4. Definitely not good. Soto delivers. That's going to be sent to right. That is a foul ball, 0-1. Steelers' next game is Friday. The Phillies won. I saw that, Seema. I know it's a killer for the Pirates, but I'm happy you're happy. I'm not happy the Phillies won. I will be honest. 0-1 to Ben Malgary, who replaces Callahan. Malgary batting .268 on the year. The pitch. That is foul back, 0-2. That's why they're 14-1. I guess so. I guess so. 0-2 counts. The pitch. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Woo-hoo! All right. And that'll bring up Max Clark. Clark is 2 for 4. RBI double was his big swing of the night. The pitch. That's a breaking ball in the outside corner. Strike 1. Again, if you're just tuning in, it is 8-5. Tigers leading. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. NFL should have done a Friday game instead of a Wednesday. Yeah, but actually it works out for me personally, because I won't be here Friday nights for a little bit. 0-1 to Clark, the pitch. That's in the dirt. And it's 1-1. We need this one. We do. We need everything at this point. We do. 1-1 to Clark. Tigers, of course, they won in the playoffs as well. The pitch. That's a slider down and away, 2-1. Two and 1 to Clark. Soto looks over at first. Looks back and delivers inside. Almost hits Clark. And it's 3-1. This is kind of big. Three and 1 to Clark. The pitch. Swinging a foul tip into the glove. 3-2, 97. That was right down the middle. 97 on the sinker. American League is so bad. I hate to say it. Detroit. Oh, they do. They have an 18% chance. They're only a game back. They're only a game back. The Tigers, again, much better than their record would indicate. To me, anyway. As Clark does ask for time. Chat is so nice. Yeah, it's a little bit less toxic as of late. 3-2. Soto looks back. The pitch. Called strike. No, he's not going to. Okay, Davis will challenge. He's going to get the strikeout for him. That was a good pitch. The umpire trying to help out the Tigers. Davis will help out the Pirates. He struck him out. Pirates fans rejoice. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Pirates again keeping it within distance. 8-5. Tigers with the lead. Due up for the Pirates will be Jake Mangum, Nick York, and Henry Davis. Brett Favre likes away. There we go. We'll take it. Almost at 200. Fully played in the AL. Yep, I know. I hear you. Again, we'd probably have a better record. We would. There's no probably. Again, the Pirates 21-12 against the American League. That's just, they would be really good over there. But that's not where we're at. Let's see. I believe, yes, the Red Sox did officially beat the Diamondbacks 11-1. Again, the Pirates getting some results. The Diamondbacks losing and the Padres losing does help the Pirates. The Phillies, of course, winning does not help the Pirates at all. That is a killer. That is a killer. Are we going to win? Maybe. I don't know. They need 3 runs in 2 innings to tie it up. So we need a lot of help. AL is easy. Seems like there's no real contender. I mean, the winner probably comes from the AL East, most likely. The AL, champion. But again, I mean, the White Sox, you never know. The Astros, again, they have a good offense as well. And, of course, the Tigers, again, much better than the record. Really, they are. Yes, the Pirates are not good against the National League. They have been... Yeah, like I said, the National League is... Like, when the Pirates are actually decent, the National League steps it up. Like, the National League is really... really good this year. So definitely a bummer. Make sure, again, to sub to the channel. It is free. We're Brett Favre subscribers away from 10,810, so make sure to sub it up. Of course, I imagine if there's a Lions fan that just heard that, they are probably ticked. So I don't really know who's a number 4 there for the Lions. I don't know if Hansen, the kicker, was 4. That is my best guess. I don't know if there was any number 4 for the Detroit Lions that I can really think of. So, anyway, it'll be Jake Mangum to lead things off for the Pirates. Mangum's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. As Somers is still out there for the Tigers. Pulls back the bunt attempt. It's in there anyway, 0-1. Skeens and Kelly would struggle in the AL. I don't know. I think they'd have a little bit better record. 0-1 to Mangum. The pitch. And that's inside 1-1. 95 on the sinkers. The Pirates, again, down to the last 6 outs. Thank you for the 200 likes. Thank you very much. I do appreciate your help in pushing out the channel to more Pirates and Tigers fans. The pitch. That's downstairs. And it's going to be 2-1. And, of course, sports fans as well. Somers leading in. He sets. The pitch. That's a chopper. To first. Tosses to Somers. Did he beat him? He is safe. Mangum beats Somers to the bag. Wow, that's hustle. What hustle from Mangum. Tigers may challenge, though. It was close. I thought Somers beat him initially, but we'll see. Mangum just not giving up. They get there at the same time. I think you're going to go with the call on the field. Of course, again, it seems like every close play this year for the Pirates has won against the Pirates. It's pretty crazy. Oh, let's see. I don't know, Jim. I just don't know. I think he's safe. I don't know. It's close. I think he gets there. I don't know. I just think it's so... Oh, that angle is pretty bad. No, that might be an out. That angle, it looks pretty bad for the Pirates. I can't lie. Oh. What's that heel? Oh, that last angle was pretty bad for the Pirates. I think he might be out. Yeah, I think he's out. Oh, my goodness. That is, I don't know. I don't want to write down anything. That is going to be a tough one. He's out. Dang it, man. Oh, that last angle. Jeez, still great hustle by Mangum, but Summers just got the cleats. Mangum trying to fire up his teammates. Man, that is tough. Looked like initially he was safe, but yeah, I think Summers just barely got it. His cleats. This is Nick York. That's a big swing and a miss. Strike one. So the Pirates down to the last 5 outs. That was pretty huge. 0-1 to York. The pitch. That misses inside. It's 1-1. 94 on the fastball. 1-1 to York. It's 2 for 3 on the night. The pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Again, York with 3 RBIs. He's had a really nice night. Batting average now over 200, 229 now on the season. The pitch. That's way outside. 2-2. 84 on the slider. Two and two to York. Summers kicks and delivers. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. That was huge. And that'll bring up Henry Davis, who is 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. They're showing Shohei Ohtani with another run for the Dodgers. That is a home run. Home run number 28 for Shohei Ohtani. Dodgers leading 7-1 over the Rockies. Of course, ESPN's acting like that is the World Series. That's downstairs. Ball 188 on the changeup. Definitely a tough one there. If the Pirates really want to get back into this, they really needed something to help them out for the ninth. The pitch. That's at the knees. For a called strike, 1-1. Yeah, York had 6 RBIs in his last 2 games. 1-1 to Davis. The pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2, 95 on the fastball. With the results that went their way today, the Tigers, with the win, would be tied for the final wild card spot, as that's a swing and a miss by Henry Davis. He struck him out. We go to the top of the night. Tigers 8, Pirates 5. 2 up for the Tigers as they look for some insurance. It's going to be Javi Baez, Gleyber Torres, and Kevin McGonigal. So, yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, I have the Tigers. Not the best looking. I don't know why it came out like that. It looked way better whenever I was editing and all that, but I'm sorry, Tigers fans. That was not my intention. I don't know. Maybe it's just my screen that makes it look bad, but anyway, I appreciate you guys again for hanging out. Make sure again to leave a like. Make sure to sub to the channel. It is free. I do appreciate you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I honestly don't know. I'm actually curious to see if there is a Tigers fan covering the game. I genuinely don't know. I am curious. I've heard rumors that there was a Tigers guy, but I've never actually seen him. So I don't know. I know Wagner. Joey Wagner covering the game tonight. It's good stuff for him. Apparently, there was a Tigers guy that just ended his stream 30 minutes ago. So I don't know what in the world just happened. I don't know if the lights went out over there, which that's happened to me before. That is interesting. But anywho, I do appreciate you guys again for hanging out. All right. Again, top of the ninth happening shortly. And the Pirates, of course, on life support, to say the least. But, of course, they did get some results But at least the Padres and Diamondbacks lost. If the Padres would have won today and the Pirates lose, they would be 7.5 back. And I don't want to say their season would be over, but I feel like over. I mean, I know it's just one game, but that is such a huge difference. He's batting 500, but he doesn't have many at-bats. And I think he went 1 for 4 tonight, so I don't think that batting average will be as high. All right, it's going to be Baez out there for the top of the ninth as the Tigers will look for some insurance. It's going to be Camilo Doval out there for the Pirates. Appreciate you, Robert, for hanging out. You root for 200 likes. I mean, we were getting that, but unfortunately, the Pirates started tanking and not as many people were tuning in. That's a swing and a miss, strike one. 0-1 counts, and there still really aren't. But I'll take it. I do appreciate everyone that does tune in. But obviously, yeah, the streams. I mean, you can look at the total numbers. I mean, you can just look back a few weeks ago. The Pirates were drawing some numbers as Doval plunks Baez in the back. So Baez will go to first. Definitely not what you want to do against a guy that was 0 for 4 on the night. So you just put on Baez. And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres, who's 1 for 5. No, 1 for 4 with a walk. So runner on first, nobody out. Torres steps up. Doval readies. And delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike one, 96 on the sinker. Again, Doval really good against righties. Terrible. Absolutely terrible against lefties. 0-1 to Torres. Doval sets, kicks, and fires. That's taken for a ball. 1-1. 99 on the sinker. You're pulling for Doval. Pulling for him, too. Pulling for him. Hopeful that he can refine his San Francisco Giants form. The Yankees ruined him. 1-1 counts the pitch. And that is fouled back 1-2. 98 on the cutter. Doval and Davis not on the same page. Something's wrong. Doval signaling something's not right. One and 2 to Torres. That misses inside. 2-2. Doval's going to challenge. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Oh, that wasn't even close. Doval, what in the world? He's going to cost the Pirates a challenge. I mean, that's just bad. I mean, you don't see pitchers challenge because they're so bad at challenging. They think everything's a strike. Oh my gosh, that is so bad. And just right there, I think that's going to do it for the Pirates. And just the little things. I know it has very little to do with the game, but that just tells me everything about how the ninth will go. As that's chopped foul 2-2. I hope I'm wrong, but that is stupid. That is just the stupidest thing you can do. You want to save that challenge for the bottom of the ninth. Unbelievable. 2-2 counts. Doval readies. Kicks and delivers. That's away 3-2. Oh my gosh. That was just so... I'm sorry. I won't keep harping on it, but that was just dumb. That is dumb. That's what gets you traded. 3-2 counts. The pitch. That's inside, ball 4. And he walks him, too. Costs the team a challenge. And then, of course, he walks. Unbelievable stuff. And, of course, yeah, the ESPN announcer's like, hey, why not just let Davis challenge? Davis, one of the best nights of his life as far as behind the plates. He's challenged correctly 4 times. I don't know. I guess Doval wasn't watching the game. That's what I can assume. He wasn't paying attention out there in the bullpen. That'll bring up Kevin McGonigal, 2 for 5 on the night. Davis going to have a chat with Duvall and probably threaten him. I would. Maybe I wouldn't, but I'm just saying that is just unbelievable stuff. It's the little things, folks. I can only imagine what Greg Brown is doing. He's probably just flipping out. I don't know if he's calling the game tonight or if it's Joe Block on the radio, but I mean that is the stuff that'll unbelievable. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep harping on it because I'm sure it's annoying, but it's just you have to do the little things right to give yourself a chance. McGonigal at the plates. The pitch, and that's a ground ball up the middle. Possible play. There's one at second. Throw to first. He got a double play. It went right to Gonzalez, who was just chilling up the middle. He steps right on the bag. That is as great of a thing you can have here. That is wild. So he gets the double play. As that'll bring up Dylan Dingler somehow, some way. So again, Dingler 1 for 4 at the walk. The pitch. That's in there, and it's a called strike 0-1. I know you don't get it on Sportsnet. I imagine they're still calling it on the radio for KA. So Dingler challenge, he loses, just caught the strike zone. Wow, that's a nice pitch. Strike 1. 0-1 to Dingler. Duvall sets and delivers, and that is a little flare to center. Gonzalez is out there. Nicky G makes the catch for out number 3. Ends up being scoreless. Pirates, though, are out of challenges. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Tigers 8, Pirates 5. 2 up for the Pirates. One last chance. It's going to be the top of the order. It's going to be Jared Triolo, Esmeralyn Valdez, and Brian Reynolds. So, again, it is the top of the top. I don't know. You have a chance. Glock, you're incredibly wrong. Glock, I don't know. Glock, you are on thin ice. I'll be straight up with you. You're on thin ice. That comment right there is just a stupid comment. They were a good team. I still believe that. And if you don't think they were, then I am sorry. You just don't know the game. You just don't know the game. So you can unsub. I don't care. But I see anything like that again, I'll take care of you myself. That's stupid. That's a stupid comment. The team announcers wouldn't call like you did. Greg Brown gets really frustrated. Greg Brown does get very frustrated with the team. I mean, I do very much like Greg Brown. I like Greg Brown. But I bet he would be losing his mind. I guarantee you. Because I've been listening to him a lot, especially as of late. He's been just flipping out. He's been flipping out a lot. And that's the type of stuff that would cause him to go crazy. You think? I don't think so, Alex. I think it's not really a big deal. Not really a big deal. Not a big deal. Greg Brown is the GOAT. I love him. That's I don't know. I hope I meet him. I want to meet him at least once. Just meet him at least once. I definitely appreciate how he calls him. I know he's very excitable. I know a lot of people aren't really a fan of him. I like him. I think he's so good. Again, we'll see what the Pirates can do. It's not going to be Triolo. I apologize. Jacob Gonzalez will be leading off. It's not going to be Triolo. Gonzalez, Valdez, and Reynolds. Mute every game now, so he's finally given up. I mean, I don't know. I mean, even in the losing years, he would still rip the team. I just can't stand Block, because Block will cheer for the other team. He will become whatever. He's probably a Tigers fan right now. He probably thinks the Tigers... I mean, the Tigers are a good team. Again, I do believe they're much better than the record. But, I mean, I guarantee you he was doing backflips whenever McGonigal sent 1 yard. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's calling the game on the radio. That's a ground ball to second, right to the second baseman. Gonzalez hustling, but he is out. 1 pitch, 1 out. That is a unfortunate way to start the bottom of the 9th. And that'll bring up Esmelin Valdez, 0 for 4. By the way, the closer for the Tigers, Kenley Jansen, 3.86 ERA, strikeout rate of 27%. Here's the pitch to Valdez. That's on the outside corner, strike 1. Oh, and 1 count. Valdez, or pardon me. Jansen readies and delivers. That's downstairs for a ball. And it's 1-1. 93 on the cutter. Block is a block hit. Absolutely rich for the other team. It's how I feel. I really, yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way. It's ridiculous. Here's the 1-1 of Valdez. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. And of course, again, you can always, I mean, I do appreciate it when the team, when the guys call out what they see. Not saying you need to be a cheerleader. Cheer on a 50-win season, of course. That'd be horrible. But, you know, don't cheer for the other team. You don't do that. 1-2 to Valdez. And that's going to be on the inside corner. Not called a strike, but that's going to be a strike after the challenge. And the Pirates will be down to their final outs. Valdez goes down looking. That'll bring up Brian Reynolds. 0 for 3. John Miller got canned for not being biased enough for the Orioles. Now he's a legend for the Giants. Yeah. Oh, yeah. John Miller's a legend. Him and Greg Brown. Those are my favorite baseball guys. John Miller, who was the voice of Sunday Night Baseball for many years as well. Just really good. That guy is top notch. The pitch to Reynolds, as that's going to be sent to right. That is a foul ball. Just early there on the sinker. 0-1. 0-1 to Reynolds. You're a Giants fan. Yeah, the Giants really disappointing. Really disappointing year. The 0-1, breaking ball on the outside corner. The Pirates are down to their final strike. Nice to see Reynolds with the snot rocket. What the heck was that, ESPN? 0-2 to Brian Reynolds. Reynolds looking for his first of the night. Would keep the game going for at least one more batter. Tigers fans rising to their feet. The pitch. That is called strike 3. He struck him out. The Pirates come back, fall short. Tigers, though, again, a great performance. You can't take anything away. There it is, folks. There's the looking strikeout there. Tigers 8, Pirates 5. The Tigers moved to 61 and 64. Tigers now, I believe, are tied for the last wild card spot. The Pirates, due to results going somewhat their way. Again, the Padres lost and the Diamondbacks lost. So, yeah, you still stay at 6.5, but that is not good. You definitely wanted to take advantage. If you win tonight, you go to 5.5. I mean, that is huge. But yep, the Pirates will stay put at 6.5, and they will stay in 4th place as the Reds and the Cardinals split their series today. Anywho, I do appreciate it, folks. Appreciate you, Mercer. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for hanging out. Nice to meet you. Yeah, no problem. I don't think they're going to be on ESPN again, but hopefully I see you for football. If you're a Steeler fan, I got you covered again. That's what I do. If you can't catch the game, I got you covered. Used to tweet that every single day until about 2 weeks ago. I stopped tweeting under the Pirates page because I was mentally defeated. So I don't promote the game anymore on Twitter. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys. You guys all have a great rest of your night. Again, if you're just a sports fan in general, make sure again to leave a like. Make sure to sub to the channel. It is free. I'll be back tomorrow right here on the Dr. Delay Sports Network. That one's at 6:40 Eastern, 5:40 Central. It's going to be Ashcraft versus Montero. So we'll see what Ashcraft does as his first appearance, of course, since that complete game. Really good stuff. Really good. Really great game for the Pirates that day. All right, we'll play out with the song, and then I will catch you guys later. I don't know what to do here. Let's do this one. All right. You all have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you next time right here on the Dr. Delay Sports Network.